my other co-host,
OG Crunchstuff.
and today is episode 73 of the OG podcast. Don't worry, the great mighty Bezoid is still here. He's just fashionably late, as normal. So it's all good. I think he's actually taking his son to school, I believe.
That sounds about right.
Now that I think about it, that's probably what he's doing. Well, dang! You already here, Majeseth? Oh my Jesus! Like Majeseth is always here, first in the morning. What is up, Crudo? Thank you for that host, man. You guys are lit this morning already. You're awake now? Whoa. Way to be awake, sir. Way to be awake. Man.
Loyalty right there.
Yeah. Wake up to OG podcast. This is the best podcast to wake up to. I'm not. Can I have your awake? Can I have your awake? If you want to be awake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, because that's not primarily what time Handy wakes up every morning, because my wife gets up for work and then she wakes up my daughter for school, and I can't sleep through that. No way I can sleep through that. I try. I pretend I'm asleep, but I don't sleep. I normally sleep when she goes to work, but I was like, you know what? There's too much going on in the gaming world right now. I got to stay awake. So I stayed awake. Always. Whoops. He must have hit something. What did I hit? I didn't hit nothing. Well, nobody hit nothing. You must have hit something. Everything's good on my part. We are still live. And if you are feeling the vibe, then hit that follow button or subscribe. But without further ado, OG, how was your week, man?
That was a good week. First and foremost, I'm happy to announce that RPG Limit Break raised over $160,000 for their charity.
Man.
So, congrats to them. I'm really happy. I did make a donation of, that made I was able to be a part of that for the first time ever because, in the past, I've always missed them because their schedule's always been just so random and I never know to the last minute. But thankfully, since I was able to catch it, after, of course, receiving donations here and there, I just used some of the donation money to help donate to their cause. So,
nice.
Thank you guys for donating to our channel because I was able to use that to help others. So that was really cool.
Yep.
Absolutely. Other than that, I got a flat tire.
Ooh.
This actually happened before the last episode. But I hadn't got paid yet, so I was driving on a donut for about a week.
Those are the donuts you do not like.
Yeah, no, you don't want these. They're good temporarily, for what you need. But yeah, so I went to Discount Tire Company a couple days ago and spent about 2, maybe 3 hours there because they're always packed for some reason. Apparently,
they got the discounts.
Nah, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I paid a pretty penny. Just for one tire. I almost paid $100 for one tire.
Oh my Jesus!
Yeah, so that hurt. I'm not gonna lie, but we're all right though. That was definitely not expected.
Yo, Bezoid with a host, the co-host, man. And Boobies with the 22 bitties. I don't know why it's taking so long to pop. Where's the bitty song? There we go. Hey! I was about to get on Twitch, man. They're like, man, you killed my biddy song? That's my number one attraction. How can you take away my biddy song, man? Thank y'all for the biddy. What up, Bezoid?
What up, man? Don't you dare take away that biddy song.
Yeah, I would be mad. So $100 for one tire.
Yeah, it was like, I think after like taxes and service fees and all that, it came up to like $92. Like the tire itself was probably only like $50-$60.
Dang.
But when you add all the fees they like to charge, it adds up. So, but at least I have working tires now, so I can get around a little bit better now. I can actually drive on the highway if I want to, so it's fine. Um, but yeah, I mean, other than that, been testing out some new games in the background, and just been basically really happy about some new stuff that's going on. And we'll be definitely discussing that in the podcast as far as like the hype stuff. Really excited about some things coming up. So, but you'll hear that in my topics I'll be bringing up for today.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Well, before I get into my crazy week, because I said yesterday, because I literally took Friday off and I took Monday off from streaming, and I said yesterday, I got a crazy story, but I'm saving it for podcast, so so I'm gonna let Bezo go in next on his week, and before I go in.
My week has been lovely. I've been just gaming and playing, and we had a good week me and you went on ranked in Brawlhalla. We also played H1Z1. We get to talk about that later. Final Fantasy just came out with this update. I'm getting in that today. I've just been gaming.
Yeah.
Destiny had my heart for a couple days too.
Yeah, I know. You are a diehard Destiny fan.
Oh yes. Destiny. They came back with it. I'm totally happy. Oh, and then we got the Call of Duty drop. So we got some stuff to talk about today.
We do. It's gonna be a lit podcast. So make sure if you are listening live to give your thoughts and comments. And if you want to listen to this later on in the week, make sure to hit us up on Stitcher, SoundCloud, and YouTube. We are still not on iTunes yet, just because I don't know how to work iTunes. It's very complicated. Apparently you have to have a working iTunes account to be on iTunes. So I don't know. But anyway, my week's been pretty crazy. First and foremost, before I went on vacation, we did the Able Gamers charity. We did the fundraiser for GAD Day, which was pretty freaking amazing. We found out what the big secret was. The big secret is Able Gamers worked with Xbox, which is Microsoft, to make an accessible accessory controller for people with disabilities, and it's licensed by Microsoft, and Able Gamers helped design that controller, which was pretty freaking cool. And they let me host the event for the streamers, and I got me and Bezoid and Fighter9 to do the whole thing, and we ended up streaming all the way up till 4:30 in the morning the next day, which was pretty freaking awesome. We raised a lot of money for the cause. We just had a good old time.
Yeah.
A lot of people came by, people from Microsoft, the VP and the co-founder of Able Gamers came by, which was pretty freaking amazing. Again, shout outs to Able Gamers for allowing me and entrusting me to do something so amazing as that. Like, I don't know, it's probably one of the best moments I've ever had in my streaming career as of yet. Just to be able to be a part of something like that, and to be able to thank you for the biddies. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 biddies. It was really cool. Man, thank you for the biddies. Thank y'all for the biddies. And it was really cool because the way me and Bezoid and Fighter9 did it, we made it to where we didn't lose any of the hosts on the stream. So we ended up ending the stream with like over 130 or 140 hosts, and we kept a good number of people throughout the whole stream, which is really freaking cool. I didn't know if the idea was gonna work. I mean, it used to work when I used to be a online radio DJ, so I just put that old knowledge to use with streaming, and it worked exactly the way that I thought it would work. So it became really cool. And then the weekend is where things got more crazy. Oh my god! So I was supposed to go on this vacation, right? My brother-in-law is like doing a 5K race, right? And he's doing it like in Marble Falls, Texas, which is like an hour away from me, maybe 2 hours away from me. All right. So first of all, I knew we were splitting like the cabin or the house, rent a house thing that we were renting for the day, but I thought it was gonna be with somebody that I knew, right? No, it's somebody I'd never met in my whole life, and people that know Handy know me well. OG specifically, no, I don't like being around people I don't know at all. Like, I don't know their name, I don't know where you're from, I don't know nothing about you, we've never met, I've never even heard of you. It's not that I don't like being around people. I do. I just like to get a good feel about you before I like share a space with you. You know what I mean? Cause I'm like, bro, what if this dude's like crazy or something, or what if he, does something in his sleep or something? I'm just like, so I'm all kinds of uncomfortable, man. Like, and I'm just like, man, I'm just like, oh my Jesus. I'm like, oh my Jesus, what am I gonna do? And I'm just like, I'm praying. I'm like, God, please let this guy not be crazy, please. But I'm just weird like that. Like, if I'm in a new house and around people I don't know, I can't even go poop. Like, I just can't go poop. So I'm like, oh my God, like, what am I gonna do? And then eventually, like, he was cool. The guy was cool. So that was pretty cool. But he was my brother-in-law's trainer. So I was like, I was just kind of uncomfortable like the first day. And then come to find out, the race is not handicap accessible for me to go to watch. So I'm literally sitting in a house, awesome house, with no internet access, no nothing. So I'm just sitting here like, chilling. And then it even gets crazier. There's like this. Well, first of all, this thing that said in the brochure is called a slab, right? So it's supposed to be like this man-made pool, apparently, right?
Right.
Okay, so we're like, oh, we'll go ahead and take the kids there. No! It's a freaking pond full of algae and tadpoles. It's just a freaking hole in the ground with like river water running through it. And I'm like, okay, nowhere, like, basically it took 4 people to take my wheelchair up there, okay, which was crazy. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be the party pooper. I'm going to go ahead and just let my daughter have fun and do her thing, right? Mind you, the water is only maybe 2 feet deep, right? So pretty much you stand up, you're fine, right? Well, my crazy daughter, Handy's daughter, decides to go where all the water's all crazy and going all a little bit fast because it looks fun, right? Well, she gets swept in the water, and instead of standing up, she decides to roll with the water, and she almost drowns. And
oh my God,
it was so crazy because Handy can't swim. Okay. Me and my wife were like further away, so my sister-in-law is like literally trying to get my daughter out of the water, and my sister-in-law is like, Ivy, you just stand up. And my daughter just like pretty much just like doesn't listen and just is like freaking out. So, but luckily my daughter's okay. Thank Jesus. But it was just so crazy. I'm like, I came home and I was like, I need a vacation from my vacation. This is too much stress. And then, so my wife took Monday off. You want to talk about how expensive tires are? Let me tell you, I got some even more crazy for you. So you want to talk about that? My wife had Monday off, so we're like, oh, we'll go ahead and just chill Monday and hang out, Well, my wife needed to get her registration done and her registration done and she needed to get her inspection done, and she
Yep.
needed to get her oil change done.
Yep.
Woo!
That
Bro,
happened to me just a few months ago. I know what
bro,
you mean.
bro. Because
Yeah.
my wife's got a 2718 whatever car she's got, and it takes synthetic oil, $50 for an oil change, and that was
Yep.
25% off. What?
Yep.
And then
And that's not
register.
included in the title. The
No.
registration. It's not even
No.
included in the registration.
Registration was $80 something.
Yep. And it used to be much cheaper, by the way. Like I had a part of that same problem. I was like, when did it go up?
I'm like, yeah, $80 something, right? And then she had to get an inspection, and that was like another $20 something. So
Right. That's
yeah,
the cheapest part.
yeah, that was the cheapest part. Was the inspection. And so yeah, I totally
The
feel
only
you.
reason that didn't hurt me was because I had just gotten my income tax check, so I could easily just be like, boom, done.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the same thing with us too. We use income
Yeah.
tax on it, but still, it's still annoying.
Yeah, it is.
And then come to find out, didn't know this. I'm gonna do this next time. Best believe I'm gonna figure out a way to get handicap plates on my wife's vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
When you got handicap plates on your vehicle, guess how much registration costs?
Much less.
$7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually did that with my mom back when she was in town, when I was helping her out when she was going through her medical issues. We actually went through the process of, well, first we had to have the handicap placard that
Yeah.
you stick in the middle of your vehicle, but they eventually actually gave us the handicap plates that we could put on the vehicle. Yeah, and things become a lot cheaper all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I was really pleased.
And here's a fun fact about Handy that's gonna blow you guys' mind. Yes, Handy is handicapped and disabled, full blown handicap, but handicap does not own a handicap placard. Yes, I don't own one. I don't. You want to know why? Cause I don't know. I think it's dumb that I need a doctor's note to get one. I should be able to just show up and show my issues and say, look, this is cerebral palsy, but I literally have to go to a doctor and get a doctor's note saying that I am
Yep.
disabled and saying that I need one. And yeah,
Mhm.
and then you have to pay for that, and then you have to pay for the placard, which is kind of crazy. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not about the money to me. It's just more of a principle thing. I'm like,
It's a big process to do it because there's a lot of paperwork that they want, and
Yeah.
that's the big deal.
that's the
big
big,
fat bureaucracy.
yeah. I'm just like, you know what? I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. So Handy does not have a handicap placard thingy. So yeah, I know people. Every time people look at me, they're like, "You're weird," and I'm like, it's just too complicated. So yeah, and then to round it off, I've finally been able to play some H1Z1, and then through all the stress and all the emotional drama that's been going on this weekend, I took it out on Brawlhalla. And
Nice.
I have over 126 wins in ranked, and now I am ranked silver in Brawlhalla. So, shout outs to me and Brawlhalla, because it makes me want to go Brawlhalla Pro. And I found out there are some Brawlhalla console tournaments. So,
Nice.
I may try to enter in some of those. Just
That's cool.
maybe. And maybe we get Bezoid in those too once we start doing duos. Because let me tell you what, me and Bezoid, we a beast. We a beast, bro.
You're pretty darn good.
We was doing it, and it was not even planned. Bezoid said,
Nah,
just have,
play it.
yeah, it was just like, hey, let's do Brawlhalla for able gamers, and he didn't even he brought it up to me on stream. So even if I was against it, I wasn't gonna say no. But I wasn't against it anyway. But I wasn't gonna be like, oh no, B, let's not do it. But yeah, you put me on the spot like that. I'm gonna say let's do it for the stream. But I'm glad we did it anyway. I wasn't gonna say no anyway because I love Brawlhalla. Anybody know me? Know I love me some Brawlhalla. But yeah, man, that's just been pretty much my week. It's been crazy, and I need another vacation.
from your vacation.
I need another vacation from a vacation. So yeah, definitely craziness.
Wow.
And then because I was doing the Able Gamers thing, it was actually during the same time during the Call of Duty reveal thing. Um, so I didn't get to watch it live, but I'm perfectly fine with that because we did some
I had to
amazing
back.
things. Yeah, we did some amazing. Yeah, and Bezoid filled me in. And thanks again for Able Gamers again. They actually said they're going to send me one of those adaptive controllers so I can demo it and experience it.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That
So
is awesome.
yeah, so I get to like show like all my other handy friends that maybe don't watch Twitch or and stuff like that. And plus, I want to do like a YouTube video on it just
I
because.
was just about to say that you should really do a YouTube video about it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a handy YouTube video on it, and then they also gave me, Bezoid, and Fighter9 3 years of Xbox Game Pass. So we
Nice.
basically have 3 years of free games from Xbox, which is
Whoop,
really
whoop.
freaking cool. And it also
Congrats.
works on PC also. Yo 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 yo, Cloudy, thank you for that host. Man, and it was pretty crazy. They even surprised me more yesterday. They came and subscribed to me yesterday. So,
Cool.
yeah, on Twitch. So that was pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Wow, it's pretty freaking amazing, man. So, shout outs to Able Gamers, and again, thank you so much, man. That was probably my highlight of the week besides my whole dramatic issue with my daughter and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
the good highlight of the week was Able Gamers and doing that, man. Like literally, and I stayed up for the whole thing too. I didn't go to bed until about 5 in the morning. That's why I didn't stream the next day. Cause
Well, I don't blame
cause I stayed up just to make sure that way nobody could say something and say, "Well, this happened during the stream." I'd be like, nah, boo boo. Handy was there. Handy saw everything.
you. Nah, boo boo.
Nah, boo boo. So, Handy saw everything. Handy was there. So, yeah, it was pretty amazing. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and let OG drop us with some knowledge, man.
Yes, sir.
Drop us with
Oh,
that
I got some
knowledge.
stuff to talk about today.
Oh,
Really, really hype day for mobile gaming news. I'm only going to bring up about two things. I'm going to do one right now. The one thing I'm going to bring up right now is just something I'm really hype about because this will be the first time I've ever done a pre-registration for a mobile game.
what?
So
That's a thing?
that's the thing. Yeah, you can actually pre-register for a mobile game. You know how people pre-order their games for like Sony, Microsoft, whatever. You
Hmm.
can pre-register for mobile games, and
That's wow.
That's
yeah,
weird.
it's weird, right? Well, here's the reason they're doing they do this is because anytime you pre-register for a mobile game that's coming out in the future, you get special perks. So
Well,
that
yeah.
means you'll be ahead of the game and you're not spending money on it. So you already start off, with a bunch of perks when the first game drops, and you get like exclusive content, whatever the case may be,
Right.
depending on the game that you're playing.
Uh huh.
So I'd never done this before because when I heard about Hearthstone, even though it hadn't been released on Android yet, I couldn't get on the pre-registration thing because it was already out on iOS. So
Yeah, iPhone.
so that yeah, it was a stupid mess. But anyway, won't go into that. But in more positive news, um, one of the big reasons I'm hyping this is because first of all, this game is coming from the mobile gaming company Netmarble.
Oh, not
Now,
10 cent? I'm
Netmarble,
just kidding.
not Tencent. Believe it or not, Tencent's not the only big dog here.
Oh.
Um, Netmarble, who, for those who don't know, they're behind Seven Nights, which is a game that I've been playing for a long time and I highly endorse.
It's
Uh,
really good game. I endorse
it
that
is.
game.
Yeah. So this is the first reason why I'm hyped about this game. The second reason is they actually decided to make a regular RPG where you actually get to have like certain characters like you would in any RPG, but there's actually a legit story. Not saying that Seven Nights doesn't have a story, but it's nothing to brag about. This game is an actual like sort of a game that has some MMO aspects to it, and it's going to be really hype. It's called Knights Chronicles. I posted this on Facebook. I put it in the Discord. I'm going to be definitely doing demo when it comes out. It's supposed to be coming out sometime in the summer. They have not confirmed the date yet, which really bothers me. But
Yeah.
um, the cool thing about it though is it actually made mobile gaming news because I do my research on certain websites that I've learned that are very legit. And the reason that I even found this is because they were talking about how this game has over 500,000 pre-registrations ahead
Holy,
of its launch.
but
God
oh my
damn.
Yeah,
goodness, for mobile gaming,
500,000 for a mobile game,
for a
but it
mobile
hasn't
game,
even
that's
dropped.
crazy. That's crazy.
Now, those numbers are going to be a little bit off, and I'll explain why. So, the game itself is already out in some countries,
Okay.
just not in the States. For example, the article does mention that the game is released in, let me see, there was like 3 or 4 different countries. I think it was like the Philippines and like
I bet
2 other places.
Japan or China.
No,
Wow, I'm
it is
surprised.
okay. Okay, okay. It is currently soft launch. It's a soft launch, which means it's more or less a beta.
Mhm.
But it's launched in Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, and Vietnam.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so no
That is.
China, no Japan, not any of those bigger Asian countries that you would assume would already have a piece of the pie, but
I
no.
wouldn't think Thailand and I wouldn't think Thailand at all.
Right. Well, the thing is, and this is what makes mobile gaming so accessible. There are a lot of countries out there who can't own certain consoles because it just costs too much in their country. Mobile gaming is actually more accessible, which
Mhm.
means that mobile gaming companies can make lots of money off of these countries who can't afford things like a PlayStation or an Xbox or anything like that. So since they have at least internet technology to the point to when they can play games, we're cashing in on it basically, or they are. I'm not cashing in. One day
Yeah,
I will. But
one
we'll
day you
see.
will. You'll be
Yeah,
throwing
but
money at the screen.
oh yeah, but yeah, no, this game is a lot of hype. Basically, the way that it describes it, it's well, I mean, okay. It says that this is a quote from the company itself. It says, "Night Chronicle is a shining example of an RPG done right, and we're so excited to see that many are agreeing with us." So apparently, the people that are already playing it are already like giving it high perks.
Nice.
With the inspiring amount of support we have received so far, we are truly grateful to be providing a fleshed out RPG experience for people to take with them wherever they go on their mobile devices. So I mean, you're actually gonna be literally playing an RPG on the go.
Nice.
I have actually seen content of this game because there is a guy that I subscribe to who I used to watch their Fire Emblem Heroes stuff on. Well, he actually has the Asian version of this game, or the one that's already released about a year ago. And from what I can tell, the graphics are just amazing, which I'm not surprised. I mean, Seven Knights graphics are like above its time anyway. But this game too, like it looks kind of anime like, so if you like the anime kind of style, 3D graphic type thing, you're gonna love this. It looks really good. You get to have at least 5 characters who all have their unique abilities and stuff, but you actually get to control what they do. And then they
Nice.
have a lot of little raid boss things where you fight this big boss, and then the boss does a dramatic move, and then you have your dramatic moves, and they have their little over dramatic sayings. Like whenever they do their special moves, they announce it. You know how those over acting kind of
Yeah.
anime scenes like that. And
Mhm.
I love that stuff anyway. So
Yeah.
I
So
got to
he's all
see
about
that.
that. You all about that stuff.
Oh,
That's
I am all about that stuff. But so I got to watch the video on that, and you can check it out on YouTube. There are videos of it, on the um, on YouTube in general. If I could shout out the person that actually did the video, let me actually look him up real quick, just because. Again, he's someone that I've watched before in the past for
Mhm.
other games, but the fact that he actually did demo the Asian version, I'll give him a little bit of a shout out just to kind of let you know who to go to see this. So let me
Definitely,
find
definitely.
him real quick.
You should
Okay, it's
also
called.
put the link in the Discord too, so people that are in the
Oh, I
Discord.
did.
Okay.
It's in the YouTube Discord.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
So
Cool.
it's there. But basically, the channel that I saw the actual game being played was Ushi Gaming Channel. It's USHI Gaming Channel.
Yushi.
Um, Ushi, yes, he's an Asian guy, but he does speak English. You can tell he has an accent, but he does speak decent English. And he's also someone that I've watched when I used to play Fire Emblem Heroes. He talks about really good stuff on how which characters you should use if you're into the game and you're new. He's just really good at talking about mobile games. So he's someone that I definitely endorse. So definitely check him out, Ushi Gaming Channel, and check out that new game,
Definitely.
which is called Knights Chronicles. It's coming out sometime in the summer. They haven't said specifically when. They haven't even talked about what the game is supposed to be like. They're really kind of keeping it hush hush. But if you've played the Asian version that's already out, you kind of have an
You know
idea.
what you pretty much know what you're getting into, pretty much.
Yeah,
That's what's up,
but
dude.
just lots of hype. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really excited.
Next thing you know, mobile games are gonna be showcased on E3.
Oh, snap.
Oh,
Oh snap, bro! If that happens, bro, I'm
Mobile games
done.
on Evo.
No, bro, I'm
Oh,
done.
snap,
I'm
son.
done. You're gonna have trailers on like
hmm
TV. Or you actually already have that. Never mind. But those,
mm.
I don't think those count. Like those commercials, like get on my nerves. Like for like Candy Crush and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, those to me ain't like gaming, just gaming trailers. Oh, and Crew Dog wanted me to remind you about the app called Omelet
Oh yeah, no,
Arcade.
I haven't I haven't downloaded it yet, but I do have it on my notepad for me to look at. So I do have it on there.
Okay, okay. I haven't checked it out yet. I may check it out myself, just in case you have any questions. Um,
Oh yeah.
I'll be able to help you out since.
I did make a note of it, so I do have it like on the back burner right now. I just been so hype about some other stuff right now. I just haven't gotten into it yet.
Me too. Me too, bro. I've been so hyped. Little side quest note. For me, we were talking about how PUBG really hasn't been doing anything as far as the uh, console stuff. Well, guess what, Bezoid? Guess what happened today? PUBG released an optimized update today, talking about fixing the stuff that I was complaining about. So apparently they were listening to my stream, I guess yesterday, which they weren't, but we're gonna pretend and say they were.
We're gonna pretend.
Mhm.
You're gonna take the credit for that.
Yeah, I am gonna take the credit for that because I was totally bashing PUBG yesterday on stream on how even though H1 has its problems, it still runs better on console than PUBG does, and I could actually play games on H1Z1, and I can't even play games on PUBG on console. Well, they've supposedly, I haven't played it yet, but the update was released today, I believe, on fixing the problems that I was talking about. Plus, they added the new map. So I just thought that was to be a little funny. Yeah, and Overwatch also released an update today for their new event. It has been confirmed. All the old skins all the old event skins that you might have not been able to get due to because you were maybe just not been able to grind the game are now available. So if you want to get these skins, you might want to do it. You might want to do it now. Also, in update news, that's gonna be a thing. In update news, right at midnight, right when Bezoid got offline, H1Z1 had an update.
Yeah, I got
Um,
it this morning.
and I played a few games, and a lot of the issues that we were talking about yesterday are somewhat fixed. So I'm happy. As far as the games or the connection issues and stuff. So I mean, hey, we'll see what happens. But that is update news. Side quest with Handy Kill Cam. No, I think
Yeah.
that's I think that's a little bit of the updates. It just happened in like basically in the 24 hours. Cue the music, Bezoid. You're slacking. Yeah, I know, right? Where's the breaking
Oh,
news?
I'm sorry. I didn't know he was about to break
Yeah,
it. I
slacker.
didn't
You're
know.
fired. You're fired. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just
I'm
kidding.
sorry. I didn't know he was doing breaking news.
I know. That was my bad. I should have said breaking news. PUBG has an update finally. But yeah. So I will probably be playing both today just to see. Well, I'm playing H1Z1 today for sure, but I'm probably gonna dive into PUBG to see if I can actually play a game now. See what happens. Yeah. I don't know, man. If you want to dive into this together, if we want to go into the Call of Duty thing, kind of
No,
knock it.
Call of Duty is later because I got a rant for that.
Okay, okay, okay. All right, all right. So here is the thing, guys. I'm gonna talk about this. And I said I wasn't gonna talk about it no more, but I have to. So Fortnite, for y'all know,
Of course,
Fortnite had an update yesterday. And if y'all didn't know, they had an update and they brought jetpacks into the game. I have yet to get the jetpacks in the game. They also put in that backpack in the game that lets you see the continuation of the storm. Or not continuation of the storm, but it's to show you where the storm's gonna end up. And of course, a lot of people know this, but let me shine some light. Hit the breaking news. Hit the breaking news, cause this is breaking.
Breaking news.
The backpack was not supposed to be into the update. They accidentally put that storm thing into the update. They were actually just testing it out, and somebody put it into the update. So that's why it wasn't in the patch notes. I actually read that this morning. Fortnite was talking about it. Epic Games was talking about it. The only thing that was supposed to be in the update was already the things that they were talking about, and the jetpacks. Yeah, so I don't know if that was quote unquote accidental, intentional, or really an accident, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I could see the reason for the backpack. I have yet to see the jetpacks yet.
I've seen the jetpack. Crew Dog, shout out to him.
Yeah.
He got it on his stream yesterday. It's not really gonna be affecting any change in the game. It's just something you could do. The jetpack is kind of slow actually, going up and down. What's gonna be more of a pain to deal with is somebody with a crystal. You know, you don't have one and they do, and then being able to super jump. That's gonna be more of a pain than the jetpack. The jetpack really isn't, too much of a difference. It's way slower than a crystal.
So in
it's
my opinion, do you think like the jetpack was like just like, I don't know, like nonsense, like it really didn't need to be needed, and now that it's there, it really it really doesn't have to stay? You think that's why they made it limited time mode?
I think so. I kind of think they were just trying to tell people we can do this. After they failed at it last time, I think they just really wanted to show that off.
I honestly think it's because a lot of people were saying, like, oh look, we made Epic Games not put in the jetpacks, and I honestly think that in some ways it was to show them like, hey, we listen to you guys, but you don't control us. If we want to do something, we'll do it later. You know what I mean? That's how I looked at it, because it's like, haha, we still did it even though you guys thought you stopped us. And maybe not, but that's the way I look at it, because it's like, they only doing it for a limited time, and I just think they did it just to do that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Bezoy just said, like, I mean, they really don't really do anything.
They really don't affect anything.
And like that yesterday when I played, I didn't see one jetpacker. I saw more pop rockers than I saw jetpackers. So I
say the only way it can even be of a good use is in like tilted towers,
right,
where the guy flies up the side of a building, because there aren't really any super tall buildings in the map. So
yeah,
it's really you more putting yourself out there, and it's loud. Yeah, it's really loud. So
yeah,
when Crew Dog got it was kind of cool to see him do the jetpack, but he was in trouble as soon as he was shooting it.
Yeah,
it wasn't a factor in the game. Yeah, I agree.
It's probably what did you used to say about things in Black Ops 3? It's more of a gimmick. Well, no, a gimmick thing than
gimmick thing.
Yeah.
And I just saw a llama.
You just saw a llama. You must be playing Fortnite right now.
Yeah, I was doing challenges while I was watching the stream. Well,
It was,
on
it
podcast.
was funny because I was thinking about playing Brawlhalla while doing the podcast, but I was like, oh, I might get too intense. I'm like, oh, and people are like, what is he doing? He's playing Brawlhalla. Um, and another thing in Fortnite, which a lot of people already know, but I have some other hidden factor news. Go ahead, hit us with the breaking news.
Oh, sorry. Hitting you with the breaking news.
Oh, slacking!
I was getting chased right.
They're including consoles in the esport division of Fortnite. It's not just going to be PCs. So it's going to be interesting. For those that know, Fortnite just dumped in a lot of Epic Games just dumped a lot of money into the Epic or into the esports division of Fortnite. So I mean, esports is here to stay. And for Fortnite
gonna be here to stay.
Yeah, Fortnite's gonna be here to stay. I'm calling it now. The two top battle royale games is gonna be this. It's gonna be Call of Duty and Fortnite.
Agree. If Call of Duty does it right, it's gonna be the only thing that can rival Fortnite.
And here, even if they don't do it to the way that they like it, here's one thing that Call of Duty has that the other two don't have.
And PUBG and H1.
Yeah, and that's just a more polished game. And I was watching Big Timer the other day because I always watch Big Timer. He's like my favorite Optic person to watch. And he said this. He says, regardless what you think about Call of Duty has some of the most fluent, like, game movement in as far as like first person shooter. Yeah. And he says, yeah, that's what he said, especially Treyarch. And I was like thinking about it. I was like, man, you're so right. And he's like, imagine when they put that in a battle royale game. It's gonna change the game. And he's like, no, I didn't say it isn't good. See, that's where you misunderstand. I never said that I said H1's good for me. I like H1, but I never said it was going to be the top. I never said H1Z1 was going to be the top. If anything, I've always put H1Z1 in competitive with PUBG. So like, that's why you misunderstood, Otis. I've never said H1Z1 was going to be the top. I never said H1Z1 was going to overtake Fortnite. I like H1Z1 over Fortnite, but that doesn't mean it's going to overtake Fortnite. And that's just because of my playstyle. But when Call of Duty Black Ops 4 drops with their Battle Royale, I'll probably like that one over H1Z1. And the only reason why I like H1Z1 over PUBG at the very moment, and yeah, it's going to be the top two. Go ahead.
He's saying it's going to be the top two as far as the masses
is concerned. Right. I'm not talking.
He's not saying his personal opinion yet.
Right.
Because he hasn't played it yet. He's saying what he's calling is, as far as the future, he thinks the community of gamers is going to like Black Ops 4 more than they like H1Z1.
Right. And PUBG. Because, I mean, let's face it. I mean, the only people that play PUBG right now are the diehard PUBG players. I mean, even doctors went back to PUBG because he's a diehard.
If you want to ask Handy what his personal thing is, which one he chooses, that's not what he's saying as the community chooses. That you might get a different answer, but we don't know.
I can't answer that question until Black Ops 4 comes out because I don't know. I can't. And even if Treyarch. Look, man, I'm gonna. This is something a lot of people don't understand. Even if Treyarch flew me out and I got to be one of those people that play the game early, like a lot of people did, the experience is still gonna change once the game hits mainstream. Because there's one factor that happens in those times that you get to play those games, like at those things, and then you play them when you get home. One of those things is this. There's a difference between land and online. when you play on land, a game feels a lot smoother and a lot better than you do when you play online. Now, once internet connection plays a part in it, then we'll really see how the game stacks up. I'm I'm hopeful for. I'm not gonna be negative like a lot of these other people are in the community about these certain games. I feel like it's gonna do well. I want all games to do well. I want H1 to do well. I don't, like I said, I don't think H1's gonna overtake. But they're like, hey, they're just trying to get that money while they can. They're trying to get the last little bit out of their game while they can. So I mean, is that smart? Maybe in a business aspect. We'll see what happens. I mean, I want it to do well. Go ahead.
I can elaborate more on the Fortnite esports thing because that was actually going to be one of my other topics as well.
Oh, go ahead.
One of the articles that I read actually states that Epic puts up $100 million for Fortnite esports tournament prize pools. In quotes, they said that we're getting behind competitive play in a big way, but our approach will be different. We plan to be more inclusive and focus on the joy of playing and watching the game. And then, of course, to kind of do a shout out to mobile gaming, they also reported that Fortnite Mobile has brought in more than $50 million alone in revenue. And this is just mobile.
And it's not even on Android yet. It's not even on Android yet.
It's not even on Android yet.
$1 million.
And they did say that supposedly it's supposed to come out on Android sometime this summer, but they haven't given a specific date. I did read that as well.
Yeah, I read that too.
Yeah. But yes, it is a thing. I do believe that Fortnite is definitely going to be the number one in terms of, overall, like crowd pleasing, revenue, all that kind of stuff. Fortnite's going to be number one.
Yeah. In June? Crewdog said in June. That's interesting. We'll see. Yeah, I feel the same way too. I feel like look at it like this. It's gonna be the standard, right? Like everybody's gonna compare every battle royale to Fortnite, which honestly you shouldn't, because like games like Fortnite and H1Z1 and PUBG, they're not the same, right? You have one that's like that can be like, because if you look at it, the reason why Fortnite is so well thought of and so well made is because it has no limitations. There's no theme. Like, really, you could put anything in the Fortnite and it would work. You see what I'm saying? You could put a guy in a wheelchair running around in a wheelchair and it would still work because it's Fortnite. But you couldn't, you can't put superheroes in H1Z1. You can't put superheroes in PUBG. And that's why doesn't even matter. Like, even if Black Ops 4 does something amazing, Fortnite could just come up with something so crazy and just blow the game out the water. That's why I feel like Black Ops 4 and Fortnite are gonna be your top two, and I feel like that. Go ahead.
I can tell you exactly why they're going to be number 1 and 2, because they have a pacing
that's very true.
PUBG and H1Z1 can't match. See, the thing that the general public, I'm gonna call it general public, we like fast things, fast cars, big explosions. We like fast things
internet
and fast internet, you name it. We want our phones to get straight to the point. We have no patience.
No, we're a microwave society, unfortunately.
We're a microwave society, and fast things are what Fortnite and Black Ops 4 are going to do really, really well.
Yep.
And H1Z1 and PUBG aren't meant for that. They're meant to be slower pace. They're meant to be calculated.
Right.
And like a chess game. And the thing is, they didn't want to be faster paced, and they're not going to catch it unless they totally adapt a Fortnite play style, which they can't do.
Yeah, they would have to the only one that may be able to do it is H1, but if PUBG was to do it, they would have to re-break their foundation and just start all the way over.
And we all know from our findings that Daybreak is the one's making it. We all know they're lazy, so we know they're not gonna do it.
They're not gonna do it. They're not
They're
gonna
not
do
gonna
it.
do it.
PUBG's not
So,
gonna do it either because PUBG's gonna be like, well, we already have
so
millions. So
they're the kind of a disadvantage. So
right.
there's really no reason to compare them anymore because they're just two different play styles. That's how I look at it now. There's no need. The thing is, are you gonna have fun with the game? And as we saw last night on the stream with me, you, Taryn, Matt, and Cypher, we had fun with the game.
Right.
Are we expecting to play the game every day? No.
Some yes, but not
you. Maybe
me, yes, but not everybody.
But not everybody.
Not 300 million people. No.
No, because it's too slow paced, and people are gonna get bored with that. Black Ops, I foresee myself playing that a whole lot, maybe even more than Fortnite. Does that mean that the general public is gonna agree with me? No, that's just probably me. But then again, I'm a Black Ops fan. I'm a huge Black Ops fan.
Right. I'm a Black Ops fan too.
And I'm not just gonna be playing Blackout. I'm gonna be playing multiplayer and the zombies because I am a big zombies player. So it like I said, when it comes down to it, is what do you enjoy?
Right.
And Handy's gonna enjoy H1Z1 because he likes the slower pace. He likes the more tactical thing. His hands feel better on a game like PUBG and H1Z1.
Just like I like Brawlhalla over Injustice 2. Now that may, to some people that's crazy, but I enjoy it more because it's just fun to me because but I also love Smash Brothers and it feeds my need for Smash Brothers. I
love Smash Brothers too.
I'm good at Smash Brothers like I'm good at freaking Brawlhalla. It's all about Kirby, man. I was a Kirby beast.
He was the Kerbinator.
I was the Kerbinator. Yes, I was the Kerbinator. When I got a hold of Kirby, people got scared because I was dropping bricks on people and kicking them out of the map. It was pretty dope. But yeah, but that doesn't mean Injustice 2 is a bad game or anything like that. I just enjoy Brawlhalla, just like I enjoy H1Z1.
Yeah. Just because a game you choose a game over another game doesn't mean that game sucks.
Right.
It just means you prefer this game over that game to you. That may not even be to the masses, but it's just for you. That's just like music. Just because you like this song and you don't like that song better than this song.
Right.
That don't mean that song sucks.
Or doesn't mean the artist sucks.
That don't even mean the artist sucks.
And I feel like that's what's going wrong with the gaming community these days. People just because they like something or they don't like something, they just feel like the game is bad and it's because of society. And I'm giving you a segue here, okay? It's because society doesn't like change nowadays. We just don't. We holler for change. We ask for change. And then when we get changed, and it's not the change that we think that needs to be changed, because we tend to think that we know everything that needs to change, we complain about it. We complain about it. We complain about it, and we get mad, and we try to destroy something before it even comes out. And it's so stupid.
That's a segue to the next topic. We might as well just hit it.
Hit it.
Go on and hit it. The next topic is gonna be about Black Ops 4.
Yep.
And all the hate that has incurred over what? Let me ask everybody in chat right now. How many of y'all? When was the last time y'all played the campaign?
So since the servers went down.
I hear some crickets.
It's gonna be crickets because nobody's played.
Nobody played the campaign
within the last year or so. Nobody has went on stream and said, "I'm gonna stream the campaign." You want to know the last person said that? Me, because I was doing a Call of Duty.
Cloudy never.
I was gonna do a campaign stream. Let me put this game down. I can't talk and play it.
Oh,
I was gonna do a Call of Duty Return to Black Ops campaign with Fighter 9 and Handy.
Mhm.
Nobody else plays the campaign besides the first couple weeks. After that, they're on multiplayer, they're on zombies, or they're playing something else.
Yeah.
Only people who want their gamer score to go up.
I
No,
I got a
we
confession. I played the campaign only because they made me. Because the servers went down.
because the servers went down. But we have an outcry of people. There's no campaign in the game. Dude, you didn't even play the last one. I
Yeah.
bet you people don't even know what the full story of 3 was.
Nope.
Now, I've played the full story of 3 with me, Taryn, Matt, and my brother. Went through the whole story. And that was only one time. And that was when the game first came out. And I'm a story guy. If anybody know me, I play Final Fantasy. I play story-driven games. The game had a decent campaign, but that's about it. Once you play it once, you're not going to keep replaying it.
No.
You're going to hop on to play against people. So what are we crying for? What are we crying for about a game that nobody, about a mode that nobody even plays? So why waste their creative time making another campaign when they could just put story into the other modes?
Or they could
Which is
put
what they're
money.
done.
Or they could put money
They've
in
done
other
it.
things, like in the game. And I totally agree with you on that. Sorry.
They've put the time into the modes people are going to play. People are
Mhm.
going to play Blackout. People are going to play Zombies. People are going to play multiplayer. And people are crying about people playing Zombies. Listen, everything isn't about you, single gamer. It's
Mhm.
about the community. I'm so tired of people saying, why did they add more maps to Zombies and not campaign? Because there's a whole community that just plays Zombies.
Mhm. I
There are
know.
dudes out
Mhm.
there right now that just stream nothing but Zombies.
Mhm. Cloudy's one of them. Shout outs to Cloudy.
People just love to cry about stuff. Cry about
Yeah, they
something
do.
that the community needs, not just you. Think about more than just you.
Right.
I'm so sick of that. Oh, no campaign. This game is gonna suck. How?
Yeah.
Because they ain't just specifically placed your one campaign run.
Mhm.
No, they're going to the masses. They're going to what everybody wants. And when everybody touch the game, they're gonna enjoy it. If you don't enjoy this, I don't know what else for you. You just want to cry about Call of Duty
Mhm.
because they cried about space jumping. They took that out. They cried about what else? They cried about camping. They did away. They did they changed that. They made it a team oriented game because you just can't go out. They changed the way the health thing. They fully made it a full different playthrough.
They made it a
But
more tactical game,
they made
which
it a more tactical game. They even had the guys from Blizzard work with them.
it's Blizzard's backing this game by Blizzard.
Knox and Blizzard was the ones helping with that.
Mhm.
What are we crying about?
Right.
Cry
We
a
need something
river.
different. Well, they gave you something different. Well, they didn't take this up. What?
And
Why?
and here's the thing that blows me up. That makes it so funny, right? Because they're gonna compare it, right? They either compare it to Overwatch or Rainbow Six. Okay, let's just hypothetically say I agree, but I really don't agree with them. I don't think it's nothing like Rainbow Six. But hypothetically, let's say I agree with them. Why is that a bad thing? Rainbow Six has managed to come out of the ground and revamp itself and recreate itself to where now Rainbow Six is like one of the, top competitive games. Not like the main games, but it's like being able to make a comeback that like nobody saw coming. Rainbow Six is a creeper. So why would you knock something like that? Um I honestly feel like I'm happy for it because it makes Call of Duty more strategic. Right now, Call of Duty is just you're just running around and you're just dying and just trying to get kills and doing whatever. But you kind of have to think a little bit, and that's what you should. Oh, should
You,
I heal or should I go and kill these 3 or 4
yeah, you
people?
can still play aggressive.
Right,
They made it so you have options.
right.
They made it so you just don't run around and just shoot that guy, shoot that guy. You play tactical as a team, which is what multiplayer is.
Right. Hence Team
Team.
Deathmatch. There's a
Team
word
deathmatch.
team deathmatch.
Nah, if it's supposed to be everybody for themselves, they got a mode for that called what?
Free
Free
for
for
all
all.
or battle royal.
Uh, it, people today just
It
Cry
just
me,
just
cry me.
eh,
cry
eh,
me a river
eh,
all day. I've seen like a billion videos of people crying about a mode that they do not play.
yeah, or they've never or they haven't even played it yet. My thing is like, you know, that's why I hate like I dislike. Oh, I won't say hate because hate's a strong word, but I dislike it when people hate on something like they haven't even played. Because that's gonna be my first question when you start coming in here and you hate on a game, or you hate on something. My first question is, well, have you played it?
That's true, Magister.
And and then if you tell me no, I haven't played it yet, then your opinion doesn't matter to me because your opinion is being just fed off of what you've seen and what you've heard, and you sometimes you can't control what you see. And you'd be like, Handy, what do you mean? Because 90% of what you see is probably from a YouTube creator. Well, there's a fancy thing called editing and and making the video the way that person sees the game. So you're seeing that video from that perspective. You're not seeing it from a true perspective. You're seeing it the way that that person presents their perspective to you. So their perspective is more being pushed on you than your own. So this is why I say, unless you've played it and you come in me and you tell me this game sucks, 9 times out of 10, if you haven't played it and you come to me and say you don't like a game, I'm just gonna let it go out on one ear and not the other because you're feeding off somebody else's perspective and not your own. And
Yeah, and that happens in games, movies. Like I actually have a friend that me and my girlfriend actually know personally, who he's the kind of person that when it comes to movies, he'll read critics, and if the critic gives it a bad rating, he won't even watch it. Even if it's a movie that's his kind of style, he won't watch it because of what other people say. And I think that's a bunch of crap. That means that you don't have an opinion. You
right,
apparently you're,
exactly.
you're you're mindless, you're brainless. You don't have the ability to actually do any kind of critical thinking, or just the adventure of just saying, "Hey, let's just do it for the fun of it." Since I happen to be into this anyway, I
Right.
don't know.
You're just adapting other people's ideas instead of coming up with your own. And Majesté says, Sir, are you accusing me of editing videos to influence my viewers to have the same viewpoint as me? Because you're right. See? Of course. Of course.
My,
Yeah.
my thing is like I'm looking at videos and we got Angry Joe being angry for no reason. You can tell he don't play video games.
Right.
You can tell he don't play at all. He did the same thing to Destiny 2, and he was just saying stuff that like the people who played Destiny 2 knew what was wrong with Destiny 2. He was just bashing the whole game, and I'm like, dude, the
But
game ain't bad. We just ain't got nothing to do.
but that's
But
his persona
when
though.
he came, yeah, that's his persona now, which is kind of stupid.
Stupid.
But
Yeah.
when it came to Black Ops, the thing he was just saying is there's no campaign, and I would say to him like, and he was saying stuff that wasn't in the game for like the last 4 iterations. I'm like, bro, they been didn't have that. You still think that that's in the game? You hadn't even played the games, and
Mhm.
and that's what everybody's going. Angry Joe was mad at it, and I'm like, so
Why?
he was mad at it.
Angry Joe is like, no offense, I don't know Angry Joe, but Angry Joe is nothing, has no influence on the gaming community as far as like building and making a game. You know what I mean? So why people listen to people like that is beyond me. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
and you even have to take what esports teams take with a grain of salt because of course, and I'm speaking this from to myself when I say this, because of course they're going to speak highly well of the game because that's going to be the next game that fuels them for the
Yeah.
next 3 years. That's going to be their
And
paycheck,
see,
you know.
we had to get on our in the FGC, people was doing that as well. Like Street Fighter 5 sucks.
Yes.
But
Yeah, it
people,
does.
but But people that was in, that go to that play the tournaments, that they know that that's where they're going to be making their money for the next few years. So they were saying Street Fighter 5 doesn't suck. And we're like, no, it does. We understand what you're doing, but it sucks. Man, you can say it. You can say it. We know that you go into tournaments and you're trying to make money for that, but you
Right.
don't have to shield it. That game sucks.
Right.
And we had to go through that in the FGC, and people doing that in this game. It's like people just want to be outraged just to be outraged. Now that's the thing, to be outraged at something.
And and they did this when Infinite Warfare came out. Do you remember the backlash Infinite Warfare came when Infinite Warfare came out? And when I played it, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some like issues, like the whole hitbox with the robot and stuff like that. But it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Now I'm gonna be real with you. When Infinite Warfare came out, I saw it and I was like, nah, I don't like where this is going. I didn't like it. I played the game. We dealt with it for the year that it was out, and I went to the next one. It wasn't what I wanted. I really wanted Black Ops, but I had to deal with the other ones. World War II, I thought it was gonna be what I wanted, but then I realized I don't like World War II.
I don't like the
as
era.
a setting.
Yeah, I don't
like that as a setting for the game, because I didn't like the guns. They felt older. I'm more of a modern, type of shooter guy.
Not only that, I don't like going backwards myself. And I just felt like that's what even if it was in that era, just the way the boosted ground was to me, it was just boring.
I got used to, the thrust jumping from Black Ops 3. I could have enjoyed it, boots the ground or thrust jump. That wasn't the thing with me. The thing with me was the fluidity of the game, how it felt just playing with your friends, the guns, the score streaks. The score streaks in World War II were horrible.
Yeah,
and I wanted that to be fun again.
Mm-hmm.
And like Infinite Warfare had good score streaks. So I did enjoy that part. The gameplay of Infinite Warfare I was enjoying. I enjoyed seeing people's health, so I knew exactly how much they had left.
No, I was smiling, DB, because I wasn't paying attention until that last comment. So it was just funny you said that. Honestly, I wasn't paying attention. I was like listening to Bezo. Go ahead. Bezo, sorry.
So it was things about Infinite Warfare that I enjoyed. It was things that I didn't enjoy. But when it came to Black Ops, I'm like, nice, good on you. They changed some stuff up, but they didn't go too far from what I was enjoying from Black Ops 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the backlash that we got, and we're like, what?
Yeah. Why? Why? And here's a hidden reason why I like Black Ops 4 is because it's the missing link between Black Ops 3,
2 and 3.
2 and 3, yeah. Mm-hmm. And people don't understand that.
They based the storyline from that. And I was like, oh, that's straight
That's
good.
That's so
because I
sick.
liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it, the characters and the fact that they're it's like, what happened to them?
Like, right.
What happened to Battery and what happened to Ruin?
Right. And the replay value on this game is going to be pretty cool just because they're going so in depth. I'll be curious. The only thing that I'm worried about, to be honest, with the Battle Royale, and this is just from opinion, is the vehicles. I don't know. When they say land, sea, and air, it's kind of scary. I don't know what that means. It could mean anything, but it could be scary. But it'll be interesting to see. I'm interested to think maybe the map's gonna be bigger than the Fortnite map. Possibly. You know, it'll be interesting. Yeah. Because if you think about it, if you put all the maps together, all the maps that they're talking about, if you really do, I think it's gonna be a little bit bigger than Fortnite. A little bit.
I got another question I want to ask the masses, right? People got mad that Black Ops is making a battle royale, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
That's a good question.
Why, as a company, would they not go where
Yeah.
the money is being made?
Right. Right.
Why do we want to stay in business? Why do I want to provide for my family?
It's like
Why do
saying
I want to make money?
it's like
Why
telling
do I not want to make money?
it's like telling Samsung, hey, don't make a smartphone. Stay
Let me
stay with
let me ask this question: if people didn't go where the hype is, they wouldn't be playing Fortnite, would they?
It's very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Everybody's playing Fortnite because it's the hype. It's what's good right now. If everybody play, I know people right now. I know somebody who doesn't say that Fortnite is their favorite game of all time. Well, why aren't you playing your favorite game of all time? Because you're on the hype train. So don't get mad that these guys are over here seeing that you're on the hype train and ain't saying I want a piece of that pie.
Right. I'm gonna get that hype guy to come over here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, we
have our own morals. We're not going to make battle royale, even though all that money is sitting on the table. We're gonna go over here and do something else. They're gonna go for that money too.
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty RPG coming soon.
My album.
Would I get upset if Square Enix said they're coming out with a battle royale? Maybe. 'Cause they don't do shooters.
Actually,
But these guys are doing a shooter and they're saying that's money on the table. We're not gonna pick that up. No, we're gonna go this way. No, I would be like, as the leader of that company, you better go get that money.
Speaking of which, you know who is making a battle royale? You ready? Dota.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Here's the thing. Instead of complaining about it, you know what? You know what hurts them even more than complaining about it and trying to get other people to complain about it. You ready? It's a secret. Here's a little secret, and I'm about to blow the world off the rocks right here. You ready? Don't play it. Don't buy
Head
it.
just explode.
Don't play it.
You're right, Betsy.
Simply, if you don't like something, don't play it. But don't knock somebody else because they're playing a game that you don't like.
If you're gonna like be outraged at something, right? Be outraged for the right reason. Don't just be outraged just to be outraged. Don't just that's the end thing. Let's get mad at something that we don't even really care about. I'm going to dump on the fact that they did an extra map of zombies. Why? Because I don't play zombies. So if you don't play zombies, shut up.
Don't play zombies then.
Don't play zombies. Let the zombie guys have their fun. They're over there fist pumping like Tiger Woods. We get another map.
I don't play zombies, but I'm happy for Cloudy. I'm happy for Cloudy because you know who plays zombies? Cloudy. And you know who's gonna rock that game?
I seen him stream the other day of him playing zombies. I'm like, cool. I get to play more zombies. Mrs. BZ got hype on zombies. I'm like, that's what's up. So why are people bashing something they don't play?
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh,
So
how can I bash mobile games against OG when OG plays and I don't?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like I can't, just because I don't play Seven Nights doesn't mean I'm gonna bash it. It's just not my thing. I like it. It's a good game, but it's just not my thing. And I just feel like people just need to grow up on that. It can be your thing, but still a good game.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just not for me. But go for it.
Right. If it makes you happy and you enjoy
game
it.
sucks to the community, then you could be like, the game sucks to the community. Right now, you just don't like it.
When a game doesn't work, PUBG, then you can complain about it. But on console. But I would like to start a campaign to officially change the use of social media
To Sheepy Farm.
Oh, it's a lot of people bash good. I saw something on Twitter the other day, and it made me think of a lot of things that I was going through, but it actually applies to this. It said when you hate on success, success will hate on you. And I was like, man, that's so crazy. But
Magicef, that's fine. I'm sorry. I'll let you go ahead and then
Oh
I'll
no, you're
answer what
good.
he was saying.
You're good. Go ahead.
Match
Answer.
yourself, that's fine. Let me read what he said. All right, serious mode for a bit. Guys, you can easily form opinion on games you have not played. If a game doesn't even sound remotely interesting to me, I think I can voice why it doesn't. And there is no problem with voicing why it doesn't interest you.
Right.
That is fine. There is nothing wrong with that. But people aren't doing that.
All right. There's two
People aren't
different.
saying it's not cool for me. People are saying the game is trash. Why did they do this? Why Treyarch? And
Yeah. There's two different
that's
reasons. There's two different ways
it's
doing it.
two different, and they're doing it in a manner where you're just like, why? Why are you even going that hard on something that you don't do anyway?
And
If
then
they came out a campaign, you wouldn't play it besides the first week or so.
And the thing about it is not only are they doing it the wrong way, but they're being disrespectful to the creators in the game and people that take the time to make games. So you have this career that you're so unappreciative of, and that's the thing. Like, you keep bashing these creators and talking mess like that, but yet these game creators and all these games that we play and that we're able to create content for and do things for, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have nothing. You see what I'm saying? What if like all the game creators said, you know what, I'm tired of, let's just this is hypothetically speaking. What if all the game creators said, you know what, I got tired of all the hate and all the drama, all the negativity. I'm just gonna stop making games. And then guess what? YouTube? You have no revenue. You have no money. Guess what? Twitch? You have no revenue. You have no money. You're dead. So
Speaking,
go ahead.
I was about to go with what Matt Self was saying. He said, "All right, I guess I didn't think of that this isn't good for me versus that this isn't good for me, so it's not good for you, and you need to have my opinion as well." He was saying the difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what people don't think of, especially people who, like Handy says, when you have a voice, you should be careful with what you're doing because you influence the masses. Having opinion for the benefit of the community because the game is doing stuff wrong for the community versus having an opinion based on just how you want to play the game yourself. And that you should be thinking for the benefit of the community because the community is what's buying the game, which is going to make the game last or not. If people aren't buying it because the game is horrible and you're voicing why the game is horrible, they need to change that for the benefit of the community so it can sell better, so it can last. That's different. But if you're just saying I'm bashing the game because it has a feature no more that I want that I barely play, even if it was there, why? Because that's not benefiting the community. It's just benefiting your own agenda, which is sucky because that's not benefiting the community.
What if Kudak says, I'm going to stream Solo Marina?
I read what he said. DV, I'm going to start developing a new game to cash in on the current craze. Who's in for tic-tac-toe battle royale? I'm down, dude. Let's go.
Got the mic to the nose.
Monopoly Battle Royale. Man, actually, that'd be
What's happening?
Monopoly Battle Royale?
Yeah.
Man,
Monopoly Battle Royale. Let's go.
Pay to shoot.
Uno Battle Royale. Let's get it.
Pay to
Oh, you
shoot.
pay to shoot.
Pay to shoot.
You better land on that park. What park pays some boardwalk?
Hey,
Oh, you want?
you can have the park place all you want. I'm owning the railroads and electricity and water company. I don't want the game.
Snap.
I
You
don't
got
want the
hype
game.
train.
I don't want the game,
You
baby.
don't want the game, baby.
I don't want the game. That's the secret
Got
to
the
me.
railroad.
We used to play Monopoly on PlayStation.
We
back in the day.
yes, we used to play Monopoly and the Game of Life on the PlayStation 2. That's what we
I thought it
played.
was PlayStation 1.
Oh, it was PlayStation 1. I don't remember. But you could.
Yeah, it was PlayStation 1. But still, it was a lot of fun. We made so many people angry.
Oh, we get so.
Hey, I love me some Monopoly now.
Yeah.
And we also
Monopoly
played
goes hard.
and we also played Scrabble also. We played a lot of board games on PlayStation.
Yeah, we did. We did a lot of PlayStation PS1 was really good for our board games and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
because you didn't have to manage nothing physically; it was
You
all
didn't
electronic.
Yeah, you didn't have to worry about pieces, nothing. You know
You
what
had
I'm
to
saying?
add nothing up; everything did it for you. Like, it was just fantastic.
Yeah, it was
So
dope. It was really dope. Although we did find glitches in Scrabble where we would use words that weren't actually really words, but it still worked.
yeah, I'll cash in those 15 points.
Yeah,
Q18, sure.
Q18 quat quat yeah
Quad.
quat.
Oh,
Oh, I
anyway.
remember that. That was sorry. We went back reminiscing, but yeah, I mean, back to what we were saying. Like, just because you dislike something, you shouldn't like try to get other people to not like it too. And that's why I always say,
Yeah.
like you said, you know, with this voice you have with social media and streaming, you have a powerful voice, and you have to use it wisely, and that's the only thing that's crazy about streaming, that I feel like it shouldn't be easy to do sometimes, because a lot of people don't realize the power that they have with their voice and what they do and what they say, and they're very destructive, not only to
Hmm.
themselves but their community. But at the same time, it's a double-edged sword, because if it wasn't so easy to do, then somebody like me would have never been able to get into streaming and do what they're doing and be a positive influence. So I mean, it's a
Hmm.
double-edged sword, but
Yeah.
you just gotta.
Yeah, but a good game analyst, they can talk about in a clear sense, logical sense, what can be good and bad about the game, not
Right.
necessarily trying to persuade you not to play it. Like, for example, I don't know if I remember a few weeks back, Bees would ask me a very big question. What was the big deal about Final Fantasy VII, and why I wasn't hype about it, and
Hmm.
I actually explained to him that the game itself is actually good. I like the game. I just didn't like the fact that it was overhyped because of a lot of people just blindly coming up with, you know, not good reasons for why they like the game. So it applies both ways. Like,
Hmm.
you don't just join the wave just because everybody else is involved in it. Play the game and have your own opinion. You know what I
Right,
mean? I can tell you great things about terrible games. I can
right.
do that.
Terrible graphics too.
I can totally do that. Like, as much as I did not like Quest 64, it actually looked like a pretty game. Like, it was nice to look at. It was actually a game that was different. I still didn't like the game at all, but I did at least take the time to play it all the way and actually beat the game, and was able to come up with my opinion, good and bad. So, I mean, if you're going to be like talking about games, you need to first off actually play the game before you have an opinion, and then secondly, come up with a legit reason why you either like it or you don't, and just let them know. Even though I feel this way, try it for yourself.
Like Tiger Woods '99, one of the best golf games ever created. And not because of the mechanics, just because of the fun it brought. Remember how much fun we'd have that with that game,
Yeah,
Tiger
yeah,
Woods
we had a
'99?
lot of fun playing Tiger Woods. I remember that.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and honestly,
Team
I wasn't even really
Battleship,
into golf.
yo.
Team Battleship 2. Yeah. Oh, we played Battleship also.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yep.
No.
Bro, one day we need to like have a throwback day and play Monopoly on stream, Battleship, and whatever else we can get our hands on.
Man, I've been thinking of doing the old school, like Thursdays or something, doing something like that on the stream.
Oh, and
I play
speaking
old school like Mario 3 and all that. Oh
Oh,
man.
nice.
speaking of Thursday, I'm letting you guys know tomorrow is not H1. Tomorrow is not Overwatch. Tomorrow is not Fortnite. On Able Gamers, I am playing Brawlhalla all day. So you can either join me, play with me, and do duos with me, or watch me kick butt. But I am playing Brawlhalla all day. Why? Not because it's the best game in the world, not because it beats every game in the world, because it's a game that I enjoy and I love that game. Is it cross platform? No.
I wish it was though,
I wish it was though.
but, but it's not.
It's not yet. I think the more exposure it gets, the more it will be. But I don't know.
The thing, I'm saying this to all gamers out there, man. Go play what you feel
I'm
like
gonna go use the
playing.
restroom. Be right back.
Go have fun
Mhm.
because that's what we here for. We got here as being gamers because we enjoyed what we played. If you're not enjoying what you're playing, then go play what you want, not because somebody
And
else
then
is
tell
asking
everybody
you
that
to.
you like it. Yeah,
Yeah,
play a different
not
game and then tell the world why it's good.
tell enjoy it, man. That's what brought us all together because we all enjoy this or we all enjoy that, and ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at
You
all.
know, I
If
think
you
it's
like,
kind of interesting that with all the problems that we have in the world today, with like different countries going at it for different reasons, gaming seems to be what brings the whole world together. You know
hmm
what I mean? Despite our issues with another country for whatever, I'm not gonna get like super political, 'cause I'm not really into that. But despite what's going on politically, gamers of all countries can still get together and have a good time. And I think that we need to be the example of, you
yeah,
know, the fact that we could all actually do stuff together in a cool, positive way.
you're absolutely right. And what I've been seeing a lot of people doing is stopping their own enjoyment to play something they either don't enjoy or to play something that they haven't enjoyed for a minute, and it's affecting them. And I hope people just get back to doing what they want instead of doing what they feel as though they have to. Because you
Yeah.
don't have to do anything but play
You-
video games and have fun.
Yeah,
And,
that's right.
and, and if you're out there and
People tell me all the time.
you're out there and you're playing stuff that you don't feel like playing, put it down and play what you want to play. I'm not
Yeah.
doing that, and you shouldn't either. I'm not playing stuff that doesn't make me feel like I want to play. If I'm feeling like when I turn the game on that oh, here we go again, what this stuff I'm dealing with today, then no,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna play it, and you shouldn't either. Go play what you feel. That's the quote of the week. Play what you want, not what you have.
That's
And
right.
and that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah, I mean, because I'll be honest with you, like a lot of people that I know, especially now that they know that I make videos, because apparently I didn't make it that clear to my friends that I actually made videos. Now, like every time they watch a video, they're like, "Hey, you should really do this game and that game and this game and that game," and I'm like, I'm not really into all these games. Like, if I start making videos about all these random games that I don't care about, it's just going to be bad content. Like, I want to enjoy what I'm playing, and I want my viewers to see that I'm enjoying what I'm playing. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely 100% with you there. But let me go ahead and change gears real quick because I
Yeah.
do
Okay.
kind of want to, I guess, get into one of my topics. And actually, before I jump into my topic, one thing I forgot to mention about the game that I was hyping earlier, I am going to be first and foremost creating my own guild in the game. So for those who are actually going to be playing the game I talked about earlier today, if you want to join my guild, feel free to come by. Show we can learn the game together. Again, I'm going to be posting demo videos on it. I might play it on a regular basis just because it's a new thing. So I kind of want to make the world aware of it. And I forgot to mention that it's 5-player co-op, so you can
Nice.
actually do like a story mode
Woo!
together. 5-player co-op in
What game is
mobile
this?
RPG. This is the one I mentioned earlier.
The
Oh.
one you was talking earlier.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I have to circle back real quick because I forgot to mention that what I was doing with it. But yeah, it's 5-player co-op. I will be creating my own guild and I'll be making videos. But anyway, back to the actual topic I'm going to bring up. And I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about this because I don't 100% understand what's all going to be involved in this, but I understand the reason this is coming into play, and that's the only reason I'm bringing it up. So this is
Uh-oh.
a little more on the mobile side, and the topic of it says more than 72% of Android apps are at risk of European GDPR violations. So what's GDPR?
I
So
have no
basically-
idea.
You have no idea, do you? So it's the game. I gotta remember. It's the General Data Protection Regulation. Basically, you know how if you've downloaded a game, it'll ask permission for your game to access this, and that, and if you say no, you
deny
can't
or
play.
allow. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So apparently, there was a study done in March of this year that said that there were a lot of games out for in the Android market that violate some of their terms. So they're making adjustments because this new thing that Europe's doing is going to be in regulation effective May 25th. So there won't be as much of your information potentially being compromised. Now, the reason I bring it up is because something I noticed, and it only happened recently, is every time I would go to certain places, like let's say I go to Panda Express, since that's the thing that I do,
Right.
um, all of a sudden I'll get like a Google feed telling me, "Hey, tell the world how you felt about Panda Express,"
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's a new
Wait a
Google.
minute.
That's the new Google thing. Google just released
"Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah." I thought that was, and since I have a Google Play account and I'm
Right.
always, allowing them access to do stuff through that networking, they're able to see where I'm going all the time, which
Mm.
can actually kind of work against you because someone can hack into
Yeah.
your stuff. They'll know where you are all the time. That's kind of bad. So I'm hoping that when this thing rolls out in a few days, I guess, that hopefully something will change to kind of protect people who actually do stuff on their phone. And I'm sure it applies to more than just games. There's probably for music and everything else that you can do off of Google. But I brought it up because a lot of what people do on Android is play games. And but there is something in process right now that's going to help to protect people from um, other people potentially messing with their stuff and knowing where you are,
Crew
and
Dog said just turn location off. Services off. That's what
yeah,
Crew.
you can definitely do that. The problem is a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, or a lot of people like use their like I use my location services all the
Hmm.
time.
You got
Like,
cut out, Handy. You got cut out.
oh, I said I use my location services all the time. So like I don't know. I'm just like this. I'm like I don't worry about that stuff. I know it's weird, but I'm just like my thing is like if somebody's coming to whatever to me, like it's just my time, I guess. I don't know. It's just weird. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't get paranoid about that stuff. The stuff I get paranoid is about my own body. Like I like wonder like what if one day if I can't fart one day and something blows up in my stomach or something like that. Like, stuff like that. But like somebody like coming to like track me down, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know. But then again,
Like it
Handy's just
doesn't
weird.
bother me personally, but I bring it up because there's a lot of other people that it bothers. So I'm bringing it out so that people who do play, the games on their phones, not to have to worry because there are things in process to help
Right.
protect
No, no, I know there's a lot of people that freak out like when things ask for their permission. Like I know some people like that they just won't download apps because of certain permission things,
you.
which is
Right.
understandable, but I'm just like, but you're in Google all the time, playing with Google and everything. Like even like it's funny like if I search something on the internet like it'll like ads will pop up on my Facebook or something like that. So I mean,
Mm.
my fairly triggering you viewpoint is if you have a Facebook, you already are practically given. Yeah, you are. I mean, really, any social media.
Yeah.
So that's what people don't understand. Just because you PM somebody doesn't make it private. That's why, like, I even have friends that like post stuff. Hey, I got them food stamps on the low. If you want to hit me up, like people post that on their statuses. I'm like, how, like, unintelligent are you? You know what I mean? That's not smart. You know what I mean? Because if anything ever happens, I mean, all it takes is a court order, and they can go and see that. There's also people don't realize, even if you delete something, the internet could always bring it back.
Oh yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a thing I don't know what it's called. I'm not geographically or whatever technology with a word for it, but anything that's deleted, whether it be websites, whatever, anything that's deleted can be brought back. So all it takes is a court order. So I
Hmm.
mean, so if you have any social media presence, doesn't matter what you turn off, whatever you do, you can't. It's not private. Like there's no privacy on the internet. Um, there's just really not, and that's why I always say you have to be careful with what you post too, and
Yep.
Is it gonna affect your job? In fact, I was gonna bring this up like last week, but I forgot. And this goes back to what I was saying. This lady got Logan Paul to show up for this 9-year-old girl's birthday or whatever, and they made a video, right? Talking like she's like throwing all this money or whatever, and says, "I just got a Lambo B for my birthday. Something I'm stunned out here with Logan Paul." She said something crazy, right? And because it went viral, and the woman's boss saw it, they fired her on it.
Yep.
Yep. And that's and people don't like what I say about this, but you have to be careful how you address anything on social media, because then it can come back to haunt you. It really can. It really can.
I've actually seen people at a previous job I work at actually get fired because of a Facebook post. Because they had called in sick, I believe is what it was. And then they were talking about turning up.
Oh.
And of course, there's a bunch of people at their job on their friends list.
I almost got my wife fired, right? Because she was complaining about her job, right? To me one day. Not the job she's at now, but one day at one of her old jobs. And so I tagged her in something and said, "Hey, my wife's looking for a job. If anybody knows of a place, let me know, because my wife is looking to change." Because why did I do that? Well, because I have more friends on Facebook than my wife does. So I was like trying to, spread the message. Well, her job saw that and contacted me and contacted my wife and said, "If you don't take this down, we're going to terminate your wife immediately." And I said, "Okay, I'm taking it down." So I had to take it down. It's a thing. It's a thing.
It's a serious thing, guys. It really is.
It really is. There's no privacy on social media.
Don't mess up your day job.
Just gotta be careful, and so I don't know. That's why I'm like, well, they can access, even if I deny or turn stuff off or whatever, they can get access to it even if I don't want them to. So I'm just like, here, I have nothing to hide. It is what it is.
Yeah. And honestly, I just want to tell people, because, not everybody's a mobile gamer, but they might be interested in just because I, hype it up so much. I'm just letting you guys know now. They always ask for your permission. It's not a big deal. Just say yes and enjoy the game.
Right.
You're not paying for it anyway.
They're not going to call your friends or anything like that.
Well, right.
Maybe.
Exactly.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know, with that new thing you were talking, I don't know if you've seen, but there's like a new thing with Google where you can set up your appointments for you.
I told you about. You saw it? Did you finally see it or no?
I saw it.
It's weird, right?
It's really weird.
It's really weird. Google actually sounds like a normal person and talks, and the person does not know. And they even give the same expressions of a human being. Like, she'll go, like that, and you're like, what the freak? And I'm like,
what?
I was like, yeah. I was like, dang. And this lady really thought she was talking to a person, like an assistant making the appointments. I mean, it's really crazy. I mean, it's cool, but it's crazy at the same time. Also, it could fail. Just recently, one of those autopilot cars or whatever, the ones that like drive themselves on the highway, actually did not stop and ran into the back of an 18-wheeler, and the driver and the other person ended up dead. So technology can fail.
Yeah, it can.
And that's
Yikes.
That's the scary part. Because I'm actually looking forward to those little self-driving cars, because that's how Handy's gonna drive. Because, yeah, you don't want to trust Handy behind the wheel. Have you ever seen me fall over playing video games for no reason?
I have.
You have. Anything could just trigger me one day. Anything could just trigger me, and I'll just fall over and fall straight on my back. And then I go straight into turtle mode because I just don't put the controller down and I can't get up. So
it's kind of funny, but
it is funny. It is funny. No, it's funny.
It's kind of funny.
It is funny. And trust me, Dwight or OG and everybody used to laugh all the time, and I would laugh too. It always happens when I'm playing fighting games. So it
Oh yeah.
may happen tomorrow while I'm playing Brawlhalla. Stay tuned.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
He's gonna fall over.
it's main games I fall over playing is fighting games and driving games because I literally like turn with the car thinking that it's going to help me, and I forget I don't have a balance. So once I start leaning, there's no return. There's no return for Handy. It's over. It's done with. It's great times though. Entertainment. But yeah, So I mean that's crazy though. That's really crazy. But another reason why they're coming down on this also is because Facebook is getting in trouble by Congress or something about the certain apps are collecting harmful data or something.
Oh yeah. No, Facebook's gonna get hard right now by the government. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're absolutely right. And since Facebook's getting hit hard, everybody else is trying to cover their butts right now. Like Google and everybody, they're like, okay, we better clean up our act before they get on us. And this is why all this stuff is coming up all of a sudden. So
Yep.
yeah.
Finally, Facebook's getting in trouble for those messages that people somehow click. I don't know why people hit those freaking messages. Hey, is this you? And it's like a random weird link. I always tell people don't click it. And who do you know? A bunch of people click it. Next thing you know, their account's hacked, and they'd be trying to send me to click those things. And I'm like, don't do it. And I even post about it. Don't do it. And what do? They do it. But apparently that's one of the reasons that one of the things that they're cracking on Facebook about. But apparently, like, what's his name? Mark Zuckerberg. I probably said that wrong.
Mark Zuckerberg, yeah.
I said it right? Okay. He's making the Congress kind of like look foolish in certain ways. But I don't know. I haven't really been watching it. Again, it's Facebook. I don't care. It is what it is. Eventually, Facebook will die just like MySpace die. It may not die in my lifetime, but it will eventually die. It will eventually die. Sorry, was I thinking? What was I thinking? I don't know what Magiset just said because everything's scrolled up. They target elderly people with those types. They do, but you'd be surprised. The people that hit me up with those messages are not elderly people.
Yeah.
Are not elderly people. I'm just saying. I actually have people that I went to high school with get hacked all the time, and I'm literally talking to them, telling them how to fix the problem. They're like, "How do you know this?" I was like, "Because Facebook's been doing this since the beginning of time." I don't know. I've been dealing with that with Facebook for a long time. His comment was reference to me saying technology failed in that case, but in 3,287 humans die each day in traffic accidents without that technology. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Very, very, very true.
People just don't know how to drive.
Especially in Texas. I'm pretty sure people say that in a lot of states, but somehow, as much as it rains here, when it just drizzles, people freak out, and I don't understand why. Sometimes I'm just glad I don't drive, because I'm like, man, I don't know how people do it. It's too stressful. Driving's too stressful.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say I'm the best driver in the world, but I'm more worried about other people than myself. That's why I'm a very defensive driver, is because you never know what someone else is about to do. Like, some people don't use their turn signal, and you don't know, and all of a sudden, boom, you get hit because they didn't give you that warning that they're supposed to give you, because they forget that there's a turn signal for a reason, or and other type of things too, but it's just people just don't care. And then of course, drinking and driving, lots of other problems too, but yeah.
Funny fact, the only accident I've ever been in is with OG.
Yep. That's true.
And okay, so I got a funny story about this, right? We have a racer. We have two racer friends, and that was Richie and Tim, right? And then we have OG. And so I was like thinking, let's see, do I ride with this is literally going through my head. I was like, do I ride with Richie and Tim, possibly get in an accident on the way to Jack in the Box, or do I ride with OG? So my brain says, ride with OG, I won't get in an accident. Sure enough, I get in the accident with OG, and the other people that were racing and doing all the crazy stuff made it fine, which was pretty funny. I just gotta say. But the funny thing is we hit one pole, spin around, and hit another pole, and nothing happens. Our airbags don't deploy. We were literally laughing in the middle of the accident, which was pretty funny. We were literally laughing, and we were thinking we could just get up and drive away. You know what I mean? But like OG destroyed his axle. And you gotta tell me the other funny part though.
So here is the icing on the cake. This is the best part about the story. The person who sold me the car saw the whole thing. He literally walked up to me, said my first and last name, and I was like, yes. He's like, I sold you that car. Yeah. That's the part about it.
God.
And then the funny thing was, he's like, hey, come by tomorrow. We'll sell you another car.
Yeah.
That was great.
There's almost nobody in the world that can say they've gotten into an accident and have the person that sold them the car witness it.
It was great.
Hilarious.
It was great. It was that was a long time ago. That was back when I was like 18, 19. I was so old.
Yeah, we were teenagers.
We were teenagers.
Story time with OG and Handy.
Oh, bro,
we
got stories for real though. Only if we can have guests call in and help give their side of the stories.
Oh, that would be cool. We gotta figure out a way to do that. We can have a call-in number.
We could do that.
It could be done.
It could be done.
I've seen it done.
It could be done. I just gotta think if I'm gonna throw money at the screen or not. Gotta throw that money at the screen. No, that's not real. Go ahead.
This is Crew Dog, first time, long time. I was just calling in because you guys are talking about stories,
right?
Of car accident stories. I got one for you guys.
Right, exactly. Or maybe somebody who needs gaming advice or streaming advice or life advice in general. Because I'm finding out a lot of people in the gaming industry or streaming are dealing with like a lot of mental, issues and stuff, and sometimes they just need some advice or somebody to talk to, man. And maybe we can provide some of that. Red redeem hype points people into the podcast chat for question. That's actually pretty interesting. Question is though, how much points is too much and how much points are too little? That's the question. Because you don't
Maybe it depends on the question.
Maybe so. Like a real life,
like a round table discussion.
Like a real.
No.
Hey, but it works though. Like a real life question would be like what 20,000 points. A gaming question, 700 points. I'm just hypothetically throwing stuff out there. And like some random story is like 5,000 points. Problem is, majority people don't understand the point redeem thing so much.
True.
That's very true. You know,
that's true.
That like kills my mojo when I'm playing Fortnite. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm just sitting there. You have to have 500 points to play. You have to have 500 points to play. You have to have 500 points to play. I'm literally just going to make a recording and just hit play the whole time during the stream. Be like that.
You got a breaking news button? You gonna have a breaking news button?
Yeah. 500 points to play. Some people wouldn't want to take the extra time to. Yeah, that's very true. Some people don't want to get the points, but then I guess they really don't want their question answered. I guess that's my hypothesis on that one. You know,
I mean, you're already chilling out in chat. You should be able to.
Yeah, I mean, I use the point system. Even though me and Optic Midnight are cool, like I use the point system to ask her questions. One, because she has to answer the question. She can't avoid the question. Two, I mean, it helps promote her point system. And three, it's just cool. It's a cool thing to do. I try to explain it like going to arc. Yeah. For real. So guys, E3's coming up soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rumor going around.
Yeah.
I've heard of this.
Anybody excited?
I am. I'm excited.
No, I hate it. Wish it never existed.
I'm looking forward to seeing some, hearing some news about games that I haven't heard anything about the last couple months. I want to see more on Soul Calibur. I want to see. I've heard rumors about certain games coming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if they are, but we'll see. Come E3.
Lot of rumors are coming around PlayStation, of course, with PS5, and the CEO saying that this is from the CEO that I read from an article that he's saying that the PlayStation is starting to come close to its life cycle. So a lot of people are speculating that the PS5 is coming soon, but then other people from PlayStation say that PlayStation 5 it would probably be like another 3 years before PS5.
I believe that more than anything else. I'm believing that you might see a PS5 in 2020, possibly.
Right.
Is my
I think it
prediction.
would just be cool to just release something in 2020 just because of the year. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think 2020 is
I
just
agree.
freaking cool.
I like it too.
Okay. I got two different answers. One is the answer that I would want to say, and then one is what I believe they're going to do. Okay, you gotta have that both in what you gotta have that thought process in what I'm about to say. One, they shouldn't make a new one yet because I feel as though this, the 4 hasn't been optimized. I've said that plenty of times.
Right.
Yeah, you have, and it's true.
Now, are they gonna do it?
Yep, because it's money.
Yep. They're gonna do it because it's money. Two, it is actually around the life cycle right now that the PlayStation 3 switched to PlayStation 4, which again was too early. But if they stick with what they've done in the past, this is actually the time frame that they did switch. So unfortunately, how I feel as though they shouldn't versus what they want to do, they're gonna do it, and I think it's stupid. But
I feel like this. Like they have my biggest thing with PlayStation right now is their operating system. It still needs a lot of work, and I feel like they haven't made that fully work yet for them to go into another system. I feel like it's incomplete. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. Bezoid. Like when I go and try to purchase something or something like that, or I go to YouTube or try to do something when I'm like online, it doesn't work. And I'm like, that to me, like for me, even though I will get a PS5, if I was somebody that wasn't a hardcore gamer, just a casual gamer, maybe just dove into PlayStation, that right there would make me skeptical, and maybe I don't want a PS5 because that's incomplete. The OS is incomplete. That's one thing Xbox has over PlayStation, is that their OS operating system runs more fluently than the PlayStation. That's why I tend to watch more media like YouTube and Twitch if I do watch it on console, on the Xbox, because of that reason. So I don't know. I would think I'm not ready for it myself, but I think specifically because I just got my PS4. But I agree. I think it will be, but I don't think it's gonna be this year though. I don't think we'll hear anything about it this E3. I don't think so. I don't know. OG, your thoughts?
I think they might bring it up as kind of like a cameo. Like they might do like some random. You know how sometimes they do like a sneak peek thing where they might just like do some dramatic music and then you'll see like a P and a 5, and then it just cuts off.
Yeah,
They might do
Yeah.
and it
something
goes
like that, like
black.
a really, really, yeah, and it goes black,
Mm,
like something really, really sneaky and and just kind of like random, but like not too focused on it. They might just throw a little thing in there, but I don't think it's gonna be like a big deal because of the fact that yeah, they're not gonna release it this year. I doubt they'll release it next year either. But and on the PlayStation note, I'd like to go on a quick side quest before we continue because I do want to talk about E3. Um, about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks now, as of 3 weeks ago, I have officially paid off my PlayStation 4, Final Fantasy
nice,
15, and No Man's Sky.
nice.
So, for
Nice.
those who don't remember, I originally bought my PlayStation 4 through my job. We had an employee purchase program where you could actually order stuff online, kind of like going through errands or renter center. The difference is you didn't have to pay like those extra interest fees. All you had to pay for was just whatever it was plus tax, and then it would be deducted from your paycheck until you paid it off. And you had like a year plan, and the payments were really small. And that's basically what I did. I ordered it through that. I went through hell to get it because there's a story behind it. I'm not going to repeat it. If you want to hear the story, you have to look at one of the older OG podcasts. But yes, I did go through hell. I went ahead and got it, and it's now officially after over a year is now paid for, so I don't have to worry about it no more. So
Awesome.
happy about that.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
that's officially mine.
Congratulations. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I've only had my PS4 for like 6 months, maybe a year. So I that's another reason why. But we'll see. Other rumors, and we're gonna switch to Xbox. Other rumors coming around that they are going to be making their subscription service with the Game Pass and their Xbox Live stuff. They're just gonna make it one thing. So if you have Xbox Live, apparently you're gonna have Game Pass, which is kind of interesting, which makes more sense in my opinion, because those
Mhm.
that didn't, because if you wanted Xbox Live and the Game Pass where you get the free games every year, or not every year, but like every month, that was two separate fees, kind of like with PlayStation Plus and um, PlayStation Now, which I think
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus, if I pay 60 a year, and then the PlayStation Now is 20 a month. So
Mhm.
what Xbox is doing, they're gonna just combine it, and basically if you get Xbox Live, you get Game Pass for free. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, that's rumor. Also, Xbox is looking to do a lot of big game changers. One thing I will give Xbox credit to, again, is as much as we bash on Xbox sometimes, because we play a lot more PlayStation, they do help a lot with people with disabilities, and that's something I didn't realize until this week. So, shout outs to Xbox for doing that. I don't know. I see.
You know,
Go ahead.
I think that Microsoft this is probably going to be a big year for Microsoft in general, especially since and this is mainly just for the console, not necessarily for like the smaller developing companies, but Sony at this point, they're at the point right now they don't feel like they need to do anything.
Right.
They just think they can release something and it speaks for itself, and it may be true. The fact that Microsoft now feels that they have more to prove, I think that they are probably going to be the highlight, possibly, for the whole E3 experience. They're going to do some hype stuff. They're going to release some, exclusive content, which I'm looking forward to see what they got, going on.
Hmm.
I think that they're going to be like a big deal in terms of consoles. Now, I'm not talking about like I'm not talking about like EA or other smaller companies. Just consoles in general. Microsoft is going to be the one to kind of overhype the most for sure.
I think differently. I think the person that's going to overhype everything, Nintendo.
Mhm.
Because for the
Ooh.
last couple of years, Nintendo been the ones that's hyping up
Big.
everything.
That's very true.
Now, between Microsoft and Sony, I believe Sony is hitting the stride right now. So I think they're going to keep going forward. I think
Mhm.
Microsoft is too busy trying to prove they are the smartest guy in the room. So
Mhm.
I got to be proved differently from this past E3s where they kind of, been dropping the ball. But the one that keeps showing me up every year is Nintendo.
Nintendo.
That's the one
Nintendo has
that.
consistently been better overall. As
Yeah,
far as like the consoles and E3, Nintendo usually has the best presentation. I'll
I,
definitely
yeah,
say that.
definitely.
I tell you what, I wish I had a Nintendo Switch over the weekend last weekend, because I could have been playing something. Um, but yeah, and apparently rumored again. I didn't watch the video, but apparently there's going to be a Smash Bros sequel coming to the Switch. So I don't.
Yes. It's
Mm,
actually because remember we were kind of discussing a while back if we thought it was just going to be a port or a new game, and I was
right,
pushing more for it to be a new game. And
right.
yes, it is confirmed that it's supposed to be a new game that they're going to be talking about, not just a port. They even talked about the release of some characters, but of course, not to go into all that. I think there's like the return of the Ice Climbers is such a big deal
Right.
because apparently everybody was upset when they removed the Ice Climbers from one of the previous Smash Brothers. So yeah, I mean, I think Smash Brothers is probably going to be Nintendo's biggest hype, is what I think. I
Yeah.
don't think they have anything else really too hype. Mario and Zelda are already done. Their next biggest thing is Smash Brothers.
Yeah. And then I think Black Ops 4 or no, Fortnite's coming to Switch, but I mean, that's not for Nintendo. That's just the fact that it's Fortnite. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a Fortnite thing. That's not a Nintendo
Right,
thing. And
right.
yeah, and that's why I wasn't going to bring up Fortnite because I was going to bring it up in general just because, of course, you're going to see something from Fortnite. I
Right.
mean, it's like the biggest thing right now in gaming, it seems.
And it
So
seems like they're dominant, like they're everywhere. Like I, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Fortnite in like doctors' offices, all kinds of stuff. I
well,
mean,
they're already in schools. I don't know if you heard, but and I watched this on a YouTube channel that I watched called the Philip DeFranco Show, which
I watched that.
yeah. So if you're into like legit news about everything, he's honestly, in my opinion, the best person to look at because he talks about the facts, his opinions, and then he lets you respond via his channel.
Right.
So I think he's doing great things. And I 100% endorse and support him. But anyway, he had brought up a story a while back about there was like a school that what was it that they were literally just playing Fortnite and oh damn, there was something more behind it. God, I can't think of it now. It just left me. I had it in my head and I just completely left me. But there was
Wop,
an
wop.
interesting Fortnite story in actual schools. But because they're playing them in schools, I'm sure they're being played in doctors' offices, administrative buildings, and everything. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go to work one day and there's going to be someone playing Fortnite
Fortnite.
mobile.
Yep. I mean, as we reported last week, it's in the dugouts, y'all. It's in the dugouts.
It's in the dugouts. I mean, it's going to be everywhere. It already is. I'm sure.
Yeah, I,
Yeah, it
I,
is.
I, I said, this. The only way Fortnite's gonna die is if Fortnite kills itself. And yeah, I feel like that's the only way it's gonna die. And even then, because but even then, if it establishes itself in esports, it will be okay. Cause I mean, Call of Duty has shot itself in the foot, but it's established in esports, so it's still alive.
Well, what I think that Fortnite has over Call of Duty in general, and I'm coming more from an economic standpoint because you know me, I'm a numbers guy. Fortnite, first and foremost, is more accessible. You can play it on mobile. If you could do Black Ops on mobile, I'm sure those numbers would be completely different because honestly, mobile has been the big moneymaker these days. So if Call of Duty decided to add mobile to the whole as
Right.
far as cross-platform playing,
Hmm.
that would completely make their numbers go sky high. They had to
Hmm.
figure out how to do it, and I'm not trying to push them to do that because not everything needs to go on mobile.
Right.
Just because I'm the mobile gaming guy doesn't mean that I'm saying everything has to be mobile. There are some things that
He said
doesn't
it.
need to go
He
there.
said it. He's the mobile gaming guy. Name change. Brand logo coming soon.
Flip it.
Clip it. I'll go
Copyright
do it.
2018
I'll go.
All rights
I'll go
reserved.
email somebody right now. We'll
Trademark.
get it done. I'll go throw money at the screen if I got to. Man.
But yeah, I mean, it's very accessible as far as Fortnite is concerned, and they have esports. If you can do esports and be on every single console known to man, including mobile, you're established.
There, yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I mean,
that's the only thing Call of Duty is missing. Really, is just expanding into mobile. They already have esports.
they have mobile games, but it's just not Call of Duty. I mean, it's branded Call of Duty, but it's like like those war games that we were playing.
Oh yeah, like the
Yeah,
Final Fantasy thing.
yeah.
But see, that's not legit Call of Duty, which
Nah,
means which is
no.
like that was not legit Final Fantasy. You know what I mean? Those are just skins. That's the
Skins,
difference. I'm
yeah.
talking about the actual game.
Right, yeah, yeah,
Being
yeah.
on mobile. That's what make their numbers go up.
Speaking of mobile, and I thought you was gonna bring this up because I didn't know maybe if you seen it. Maybe I just gotta like introduce you to his channel. But there's a guy that he does like a lot of like technology stuff, and it's Unbox Therapy. He's just fun to watch. Well, anyway, he's been doing some phones, and some more phones are starting to make gaming version of their phones to where like if you're into gaming you can get this type of phone. And he was explaining like a lot of phones are going to be doing this now because of mobile gaming is becoming a big thing. So I mean I don't have much to talk about it on that. I just wanted to bring more light to that. Like mobile gaming is slowly creeping and it's taking over. It's gonna be a thing to where like instead of hooking up your console, maybe more likely it's gonna be you're gonna be hooking up your phone, because sometimes
phone, tablet,
phone. Because I don't know, phones are almost more powerful than a console almost. If you think about it, if you look at it if you think about it, if you sat there and you were to take out all the stuff that you didn't need for your phone, like all the extra stuff, and you just specifically made a phone. If you specifically made a phone for gaming, imagine how powerful that would be. Be crazy.
Yeah.
Be crazy. Mobile Gaming Guy is already taken on YouTube and on Twitch. I'll contact him and see what we can do there. How many followers he got? If he only got 5 followers, then yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Mobile Gaming Guy Crunkster. How about OG Mobile Gaming Guy?
I like it.
OG Mobile Gaming Guy. Yeah, we'll think of something, but it's coming.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll have a roundtable discussion about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And chat, if you have, ideas, feel free to chime in too. I am open to
once OGMGG. Yeah, OGMGG. How about just mobile gaming? Cause then that's too open branded. Mobile gaming is already branded by like as a genre.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of people who have mobile gaming in their title. Like, there's actually a guy on YouTube that I used to follow that's called TKG Mobile Gaming. So there are mobile gaming people out there already. It's just they're not as big yet, but they're trying, and we'll get there.
Sega 54 subs. We'll figure it out, and once we figure it out, I'm gonna contact the graphics person and get it done, son.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, does anybody? Back to E3. Mobile Gaming Guy making an appearance on E3.
Oh shoot.
We
were talking about Nintendo for a while.
Yeah, we were talking about Nintendo.
Smash Brothers. I'm not sure what else Nintendo's gonna do, but
gaming on the go. Oh,
gaming on the go.
I like it.
Gaming on the go.
Gaming on the go. That could be something.
Yeah, I think he's on to something right
that
there.
That could be something.
That's definitely on the drawing board right there. That's definitely when you have those big memes and they're writing down notes, that's definitely one of those notes.
Yeah, that's definitely a contender. Because to be fair, Handy Killcam was not the first pick of my name. It was Handy Hip, and then it was Mr. Hip Shots, and then it was Determinator. And then me and my other podcast buddies was like, Handy Killcam, that's it. And then that stuck. So
Yeah, we'll figure that out. Like I said, those are good ideas. So keep them coming. Keep them
Yeah,
coming.
definitely, definitely. Yeah, Mr. Hip Shots. Cause when I used to play Call of Duty, that's all I would do is shoot from the hip. I would never aim down sights, and I was a beast.
Handy up.
Handy hip, and yeah, that's where the handy hip. Actually, Stoudemire, when one day, I like a handy held hitman. That just sounds weird. That sounds weird, but actually, I was playing with Stoudemire one time, and I did a hip shot, and he was like, handy hip, and then once he said that, I was like, oh, bro, I'm stealing that from you, bro. Gots to. I should make T-shirts. Yeah. I don't know. There's not really much anything else that I'm excited for. Is maybe Soul Calibur, maybe coming to E3. I would think that would be coming to the Switch also. I'm sure. I don't see why not. Why it wouldn't come to the
Well, I
Switch.
think we had mentioned how cool it would be if they did what they did back in the day. Remember when they released certain characters for each
Oh
console?
yeah, that would be dope.
If they were to do that again on E3 and say this is what you're gonna have for each console, I would lose my stuff. I'd be
Oh
like,
yeah,
"Yep."
definitely, definitely. And
That
you know
would
how
be
I
dope.
say, you know who I'd be going for the Switch?
Who?
What's that?
I'd be
Me?
going for Bayonetta on the Switch.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah,
I remember we talked about that. Yeah, that is on one of the episodes. We talked about who we'd want to see, and yeah, he did say Bayonetta. I remember that.
Bayonetta? Yeah. That'd be dope. I'd be down.
Oh,
I think I said Solid Snake,
so
didn't I?
hopefully they do that.
I did say Solid Snake. I said
did
Metal
you?
Gear Solid. Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready for a I want to play Metal Gear Solid 1 again, but on the PS4. That's what I want to do.
So like a remastered, basically.
Yeah. Because I don't like the other Metal Gear Solids as much as I like the first one. I didn't even like the second one. I didn't even
No,
like
the new one I've heard lots of terrible things about. Like the new one that just came out or whatever.
Yeah.
The one that's kind of like the whole
survival?
Like, it's kind of zombie-ish. The survival
Yeah,
one,
the
yeah.
survival one. I was disappointed because I thought it was gonna be like a battle royale, and I thought that again battle royale train. I thought that would have been a dope battle royale kind of game because you're all stealthy, dude. I just want to like go like behind somebody on a battle royale game and just like break their neck like you did in the old school Metal Gear Solid,
Yeah.
or use like the invisible cloak and like and
Mhm.
just like yeah, dude. That would be so sick. And then
And
so
then instead of using a tree, you can use a box.
right,
Oh,
bro, dude, that would be
yeah.
so sick, dude. So
Dope, right?
sick, dude. And that's what I was hoping for, and I was so happy. And then I was like, really, zombies? I was like, what are you doing, Konami? I was so mad.
Well, see, Konami been on that poop train for a minute.
I
Yeah,
know,
Konami's
bro.
been-
Konami been on that.
I don't know.
I don't know what they thinking.
I was.
Yeah, because you're right. Like I really think if they did Metal Gear Solid as a stealth battle royale, that could have been something. And you don't need like 100 people. I mean, you can limit it to a smaller amount of people,
Right.
And then map specifically for like hiding behind things, or you know what I
Right.
mean. Like it would have been really, really interesting.
Right, and you could, and then like the other people, you can have like map triggers where you could trigger stuff on the map and stuff. Dude, it would have been so sick, and it's not been done yet. There's no stealth battle royale, none.
And
Period.
you know what they could do? Like you could pick up an item, right? That will like set up like a little red line trap. And then like if someone steps over it, the map that you have on your screen will like you go whoop, you know that sound that it
Right.
makes whenever
Yeah.
you
Whoop.
do it,
Yeah.
it'll make that sound,
Yeah.
it'll kind of show them where they are on the map. So you get a map but you don't know where anybody is until
Right.
you set up the trap.
Right. Or
And then
you.
all of a
Oh
sudden,
my
that dot appears and then everybody swarms it. So then it becomes like a big deal. Like that would be just so ingenious.
Dude, it would be sick, and then you can like just like in the other Metal Gear Solid, like in the first one, you can get access to the cameras, and you can get access to the cameras for like a brief minute at a time, and like you could be able to see where people are. Dude, it would be so sick, bro. So
Yeah.
sick, so
Oh.
sick.
Do y'all hear the gasman that's going in this? Y'all
Bro,
hear?
I would.
Y'all hear?
I would throw
Y'all hear
so,
that?
bro. I would throw so much money into that game, bro. Oh my, I was man,
Handy is gasming over here, yo.
bro.
That's what gaming is about, man.
I
Right
loved
there.
old Metal Gear Solid just because there was so many ways you could play the game. And that's what Battle Royale should be. And that's what I liked Fortnite at first, right? Because there you could play Fortnite however you wanted to play it to win the game. Now the way Fortnite is, it forces you to be like you really to excel at Fortnite, you have to build. Like there's some occasions where you don't have but to be like really good at the game, you have to build. And that's what Metal Gear Solid was, is you could play the game however you wanted and beat the game. And like that would be amazing to be able to play Battle Royale that way. And then like man, dude,
Yeah.
man, Konami, hire me. I'll save your company, bro.
Man, Konami, you could have cashed in on the battle royale thing. You could have been on the hype train and been a competitor.
And could have done something different. And could have
You
done
want to know
something
what's crazy
different.
too? They have so many skins of the people.
Dude, you could be the ninja, the ninja, bro. Rain. Yes,
Yeah.
you could be the chick, the one like yeah. If you do the glitch, you can like take pictures of her, and yeah, I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna keep it PG-13. But yes, you could be Ocelot. That was his name, right? Ocelot, the guy. You could be then you could be the commander guy. Man, bro. You
Yeah,
could-
that's the good
Yeah.
thing about old IPs like that is they got so much history and their characters that you could that the battle royale would just be so hooked up. Like we got the
Mhm.
bunny and stuff on Fortnite, but all these IPs just would from like Metal Gear Solid. You could just go back and bring in all the characters, and everybody would be super happy about that.
bro.
yeah.
You could even do like the freaking where you could if you wanted to, but it might be OP where you can like call in like it's like a drop and you call in the T-Rex thing, the big boss that you face at the end.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, dude, that'd be dope. That's how I originally came up with the Rex name in the beginning, and then it just
Yeah.
stuck with me in the beginning, and then I actually looked into more of the name of the Rex, and it actually meant more, and I was like, oh, I'll just keep it. But that's originally where the Rex name, the rap name, Rex and everything, that's where it originally came from, was Metal Gear Solid. That's how much I love the Metal Gear Solid 1, bro. I love Metal Gear Solid. Bro,
He played it all the time. I
Bro.
would go to his house and he would be playing it, and I enjoy watching him. Like it was fun to watch.
because I would literally beat that game straight through without turning the game off. I didn't have a memory card back then.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, I didn't have
See,
a...
there you go again. There we go again. See, back in the day, all this convenience that we got now,
Yeah.
we didn't have that back in the day.
No, you
No,
didn't.
we didn't.
No.
Oh no.
No, you didn't have
We
that.
didn't want we couldn't turn the game off. That's how we got so good at video games, because we didn't want to die and start all the way over. There was no continues or endless
Mhm.
continues. Oh no, you had to get good, man.
The
Get
best...
Yeah.
good was a thing back in the day, and now it's
Mhm.
so easy, and games are so easy. There's no challenge like it used to be.
And the best
That's
thing...
how everybody compare everything to Dark Souls.
And the best
Yeah.
thing they ever did in Metal Gear Solid, and I thought it was so genius. And I've said this in an episode before, and I'll shut up and I'll stop having an orgasm about Metal Gear Solid. Was the boss that you had to beat, and he read your mind, and the only way you could beat him is if you put the controller in controller slot 2, because he read the mind of controller slot 1. How genius is that? And I don't
Yeah,
even
that
remember
was-
how I thought of
That's
that.
pretty good.
I don't even remember how I thought of it. I was like, you know what? What if I put it in controller slot 2 and it actually worked?
Yeah.
Because you didn't
You
have...
had to be ingenious and creative back in the day. You had to
Oh
be.
yeah.
That was so sick, bro. And think about
It
it.
was.
If they was to not include that exact technique, but if they was to use that kind of brain, that process into their survival, into this battle royale game that's not created yet, but it should be created. Imagine what they could do, man. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Please, Metal Gear Solid, come out with a battle royale game. and please base it off the first one. Please. I will throw money at the screen so hard. I'll break my screen.
He'll do it.
I will.
He'll throw a Nintendo Wii controller at the screen.
Oh, eventually Campbell tells you? Well, I didn't wait. I just tried it. I didn't even know he tells you. Well, apparently the game tells you. I didn't know that. I just put 2 and 2 together and was like, well, put it in 2 and see what happens. What's gonna happen is I won't. As long as I don't turn off the game, I was fine. As long as I didn't have to turn off the game, I was fine.
How many people like had a game with a long save, but they couldn't save it, and like somebody bumped in the
Dude,
oh my. That used to be like heartbreak.
And it would freeze.
Yeah, it would freeze. Tell me you didn't just bump into the Genesis. Yep. Oh my god, that would be like.
I had that issue with The Legend of Zelda because I was trying to like beat it, without like any issues. But I got to a point to where I needed to stop, and I forgot who was there and what they did.
Probably Josh or Philip. I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure it was Josh, but anyway, Mr. Joy and freaking anyway, we're not gonna get into that. Yeah,
brings the color out.
Right. Someone did something to my Nintendo. I think they bumped into it or something. And you know how Nintendo's can be sensitive sometimes because of the cartridge. It literally froze the game.
Yeah.
And I lost all that. And I had been playing for a few hours. Like someone was there just watching me play, and yeah, it just froze.
Yeah, I remember that, bro. I remember. I don't remember who it was, but I remember it because you called me. You was so pissed off, bro. Bro, OG used to get so crunk, bro. He used to get so crunk. He was like, "Get the F out my house, man." Oh, man.
I used to be a bit hardcore. I'm a lot more calmed down than I used to be.
He's a soft crunkster now, but he still get crunk, but not as much as he used to. Not as much as he used to, but man.
Yeah, it was either Josh or John. It was one of those two for sure. I just don't know which one it was, but
yeah, those. Yeah.
Anyway,
enough reminiscing back in the day. But yes, definitely Metal Gear Solid. Konami, hit me up. Royale. You know what I'm saying? Dissect my
really
brain.
Good idea.
It really is, though.
Like, we're not trying to say that everybody needs to be Battle Royale, but this has potential.
Right.
Like this is something that's on paper really legit.
Right.
So I think that there's some merit to it.
It already has the good foundation. Like a game that already has a good foundation for it, it's like, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why not? It just makes sense. And like I said, there's no stealth Battle Royale game out right now. So, I mean, yeah, definitely. But does anybody else got anything they want to talk about or discuss? Since I went overboard with Metal Gear Solid. Feel free to take the reins. And if not, then we shall conclude, I guess.
Yeah, I'm actually good for this week. Like I said, I've been pushing mobile hardcore, and I think I've bragged about mobile enough for 1 week. Y'all can hear my mobile rants next week.
I was gonna talk about H1, but I think I because the update just came out, I think I'm gonna digest a little bit more of it. Give it a good couple of weeks, and then I'll talk a little bit more about H1Z1. I'd argue about PUBG being stealth Battle Royale is 90%. Nah, no. H1Z1 is more about hiding. I mean PUBG. It's just about hiding in a corner. But PUBG, like, I'm talking about, like, actually using, like, stealth technology. That's different. Different. But, what about you, Bezoid? You got anything? As you play Fortnite, sir? Did he step away? Is he muted? Let me see. You gonna make me pull up Discord to see if
No. You don't need to do that. I actually have this. He's not in the thing right now.
Oh, he's not?
He's not actually in the Discord.
Oh.
I don't know what it is, but he disappeared from Discord altogether.
Oh. Update.
He's having technical difficulties right now.
Bro, he's got more PC updates than freaking... I got batteries for a controller I don't even use. I don't know where that just came up from. That was just random, but
That's fine.
Yeah.
But by the way, E3 is June the 12th through June the 14th, if I remember correctly. So, definitely be on the lookout for those conferences coming up. let us know too what you guys are hype about as well. Like, feel free to say, hey, I heard about this game. I'm really hyped. I hope they see this because I mean, we don't mind talking about that too. Like, if you guys have hopes and dreams, like we'd like to hear about it and discuss it as well.
Right. And you can
So yeah, be
also
hyped for that.
you can watch it live. I think on IGN, on the No. There's a lot of different ways to watch it live on YouTube. So feel free to watch it live on YouTube. So maybe
Yeah.
you can give your own opinion on it and not just use our opinion on the experience of E3 because how we see E3 is a little bit different than a lot of people. Like we used to have, I mean, E3 is still awesome, but back in the day, we had more higher regard for E3 because it was invitation only.
Mhm.
Me and OG were kind of sad that they opened it up to the public. Not because that's like a bad thing. That was just like one of our buckets lists. Is one day to become
Get
something in the
that
gaming.
invite.
Yeah, to become
Yeah.
something in the gaming industry where they invite me and OG to E3. Well now we don't. We could just go buy a ticket and it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
man.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that if someone was if we were in a situation where like I didn't have to work and someone actually paid for us to go, like yeah, I'd still go.
Yeah, I
Don't
would
get
still
me wrong.
go. Yeah, but
But like as hype as we would be back when it was exclusive. That's all we're saying. There's nothing
right.
wrong with E3.
Right. That was like one of our goals we were gonna work towards is far to being like in the gaming industry because like you have to understand me and OG been like wanting to be a part of the gaming industry since we were young. So like this whole podcast thing was something that we thought of like years ago, but it wasn't a podcast and it was gonna be like a video show, and we just didn't have the means or the ways of doing it. And now we have the means and the ways of doing it. We just make it into a podcast. But
Yep. Pretty easy.
I think Bezoid's back. Bezoid,
There you
now
go.
that you are graciously back and we don't know what
Yeah,
happened.
we had a power surge over here, and I
Oh,
just had to redo, reload everything.
oh, I thought you had another
Whoops.
update. I was like, dang, another update.
Nah.
But did you have anything else that you wanted to discuss? B.
Nah, I think we've done pretty good. I just want to say, well, I do want to tell you and OG that, Handy. I wanted to tell OG that the update came out for Final Fantasy.
Nice.
It's doing really well. It's doing really well for Final Fantasy 14, and
Okay.
I want to get into the story. I've been seeing some people make some funny things going on with the story, and this seems to be getting really really good. Where it's a point where you don't even control yourself for a minute, you control somebody else.
What?
That hasn't been done. That has not been done in the game, and I want to see what's
So is
going
it a
on
new
with that.
expansion out? Pretty much.
No, not a new
Oh.
Just
expansion.
an update.
Just an update. They
Oh.
expand every 2 years.
Okay.
And they have, I think next year we get another expansion. But
So have
right
you
now
thrown your
it's-
money at the screen yet, OG? Because I'm waiting on you to throw your money at the screen. 'Cause that way we
I
can do it.
can't because of the tire situation.
Okay.
That pretty much kind of drained me. So all I have is basically food stuff. So
Okay.
I'll have to wait on that.
Okay.
But I'll be back on for sure. I definitely love playing Final Fantasy 14. Like it's been a fun experience, and my girlfriend actually likes watching me play as well. Because there's certain things that she likes to see, and she kind of likes the story too. You know what I mean? So
That's cool.
it's really nice. It's kind of one of those things we kind of do together, even though I'm the one playing, but she's there experiencing it with me. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to be playing the game. It's just that unfortunately, due to the whole tire situation, I spent more than I wanted to,
Well,
and
of course.
I couldn't afford to throw my money at the screen. So no big deal.
It's all good. I'm just waiting
I'll
on
get in
you.
my-
I'm just waiting on you to do so you just let me know that way. We're like so that way we're doing it together. Cause I don't want to be
Yeah.
like too far ahead of you. You know what I mean? So I
Mhm.
haven't thrown my money at the screen yet. Cause I don't wanna waste a month.
I mean, honestly, I'll catch up. Like, don't get me wrong. Like when I grind. Like I can catch up. Like don't.
You hear that, ladies? You hear that, ladies? When he grinds, he grinds. He's got a girlfriend, but I just wanted to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? When he
do y'all
grinds.
what do y'all think that G stands for in OG crunch?
Yeah.
Nah.
What else you? What
Oh,
do
yeah.
what do you think else he gets crunk with? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know, but
Relax your mind and take your time with me.
Oh,
Anyway.
Alright, we having too much fun. We're gonna go ahead and let OG come out with the outro, man. The best
That's
outro
right,
on
ladies and
Twitch.
gentlemen. Once again, we do thank you guys for listening to the OG podcast, the dynamic trio of Bezoid, Handy Killcam, and OG Krunkster. Doing it big, advertising all the good stuff. E3 coming up, Summer Games done quick, still coming up. We got, all the mobile gaming news coming out. Hype about my new game as well that I will be playing soon. I'll give you more details later as they come along. Bezoid's still on his channel doing his thing. He is making numbers. He's making big things happen. Be a part of his experience as he grows in Twitch.
Man.
And then, of course, be a part of Handy Killcam while he's doing the Aber Gamers thing. They are doing positive, hardcore things. Being a part of Microsoft, that's a big deal, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Good stuff. Proud of Able Gamers, really putting everything out there. And of course, Handy Cookham on his own, doing good things well on his channel as well. He is so blessed to be able to be a part of his own thing and a gaming charity. Nothing wrong with that. And of course, your boy OG Krunkster is going to be on the YouTubes for now doing the card gaming thing. And of course, when the new RPG rolls out, I'll be doing that as well. So you're going to be seeing a lot of that coming soon. So be here next Wednesday, 10 a.m. Central. We'll be discussing more topics, mobile, console, E3 again, more than likely, because I'm sure something else is going to come up. And probably Fortnite, because Handy, as much as he doesn't want to talk about it, something's going to happen.
I have to talk about it as much as I don't want to.
But we'll be here next week. You guys keep gaming. Take care. Take care, y'all.